Well, good evening, everybody. Welcome to another exciting episode of Kindred Lists, right here on Proficiency Bonus. My name is Michael, your most humble and merciful Dungeon Master for the evening. We are so glad that you have decided to spend your Friday nights with us. So, thank you. We do want to go ahead and thank a couple of our sponsors as well before we go ahead and begin tonight. We want to thank our good friends over at Twitch and Streamlabs OBS for allowing us to be affiliated with them. We also want to thank our friends and partners at Little Dragon Corp and Cardboard Castle Games for all their support. If you type in !Little Dragon or !CCG in the chat, you'll get a quick link to both of their websites. And for Little Dragon, if you type in that promo code PROBONUS at checkout, you'll get 10% off of your order. So thank you both, Little Dragon Corp and Cardboard Castle Games, for all of your support. Thank you. We do have a brief recap for last week as the party faced Tren, who had come seeking Lachlan, saying that he was worried about him because Xanathar was after him. The party confronted him. Tren panicked and then continued to try to assassinate Lachlan in front of the group. The group quickly put him down to find out that he had been abducted by some sort of brain with legs. A brain puppy, if you will.
Brain pupper!
Which was quickly disposed of and then taken by Mulfin for research. After this, Lachlan decided that it was time to get revenge and decided to take Brock and Brantley along with him. They were planning on infiltrating Xanathar's guild in some sort of fashion, find out what's going on, and put an end to it. Parting ways with Lachlan, the group decided that they were going to go to Silverymoon to visit Silver's father. So they made their way using a teleportation circle that Vix somehow knew. I don't even think Vix himself is sure of what is going on. But you guys made it into the vault of, I believe, Vault of Sages, where you made your way through the city, meeting Silver's dad some of you for the first time. He said that he could turn the Kraken hide that you brought him into some pretty cool magical armor for those of you, but it would take a little bit of time. Some of you went out into the city here at Silverymoon. Some of you decided to just stay back and catch up with Elor. Am I saying that correctly?
Elor.
Elor.
Yes.
Got it. Elor, Vu, Silver's father. So, that being said, the adventure is yours, and so the story is told. What would you guys like to do at this point, now that you are here at Silverymoon?
Well, I gotta either shop and eat or punch someone in the face. What about you guys?
¿Por qué no los dos?
You know I don't speak Draconian. Oh, I do speak Draconian. I know what that said. Okay, never mind. I speak all languages. Crap, I can't even use it.
Wonderful, you speak it, I don't.
Okay.
Why don't we do both?
Okay.
I have a couple of...
I am down for shopping.
And eating and punching someone in the face, or not eating?
They sort of all go together, Diana.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, we can go to lunch, yeah. Oh, why do we have to punch someone in the face?
With Miss Lachlan.
Oh, yeah.
That's what Lachlan and...
Alright, we can go punch
Ashley
someone in
used
the
to do,
face.
isn't
I'll
it?
heal them.
Okay.
It's ethical. I'll heal them after.
I looked at Mulfin. Should it be you? No? Okay. Alright, we'll go punch someone and don't in the face.
He does heal every few seconds, so
does
technically
heal
if he
every
wanted
few
to, he could
seconds,
punch
yeah.
Mulfin and he'd be fine.
Yeah. No. Okay.
Um,
We'll punch. Why don't we become vigilantes and patrol the streets for justice?
We have a long list, and I really don't want to add that.
You're not
to it.
there. It's okay. Don't worry.
I'm not there?
Diana.
I thought we were...
God.
No,
No.
3 of us left. The
They've already
store.
left.
Three of us left. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you were still at the store.
No, we're walking down the street.
You guys,
Okay.
I just feel like Callista would say that we have a long list and that she doesn't want to add to it.
Can I roll
So-
perception for crime?
Sure. Roll
Yeah, I helped her
perception for
with this.
crime. Sure.
I'm going to aid
I
her.
am out
looking
here
for this.
trying to get
Okay.
spell components.
All right. That's good that you aided me because I rolled a 5 and a 17, and 17 is a plus.
Stupid.
So it's
amount.
20. Yeah, 28.
You are being very perceptive with the help of Molfin, looking around on the city streets. It is still pretty much the middle of the day. You're looking around.
High noon.
High noon. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Wow, wow, wow. As you're looking around, your eyes kind of squinting and narrowed as you look for any suspicious individuals walking around, possibly pickpocketing or causing some problems with the elderly. And you look back and forth and you see absolutely no crime whatsoever as you're looking around at first glance. So-
Looks like we're gonna have to go to Waterdeep if we want to be vigilantes.
Yeah.
Perhaps after this,
I don't
then.
know. if
After
I
lunch
see
and after
something,
shopping.
see if I can find my spell components.
Okay.
Michael, would Silverymoon have, I guess I'll call it, high quality spell components?
That is a good question. I am going to double check. They do have a very large marketplace over there. It's
Oh, good.
number 17 on your map in Roll20 if you guys can see that. Very
'Cause I need a couple of spell components that cost about 500 gold.
okay. I've got a little cheat sheet here that tells me some stuff because this city is big.
Led Hala redeemed Neiman NPC.
Ooh. Name
Names-
someone El Wee Wee.
Yes, El Wee Wee.
El Wee Wee. Oh my goodness. El Wee Wee. I'll write that down.
Okay.
El Wee Wee. I would say that there would be. I'm not seeing anything that's like standing out on my little cheat sheet here, but I would say that you could find some place because this is a place of research and study, and that Vault of Sages that you guys teleported into was, you could tell that all these individuals probably had some idea of study of arcane, and you could find some place that would get those things. We don't have to RP it all out, but if you needed them.
How many would I be able to purchase?
What are you looking for?
A small piece of adamantine.
Okay. There are, I mean, as you're going around, there's probably two pieces available here that you could get a hold of.
I'm gonna buy them both.
Okay, I will get back to you on the price of them, but I'm sure it doesn't really matter to you guys because you're like shh, 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 shh,
Well, as
walking
long
around.
as it is over 500 gold, I'll buy them. If they're cheaper than that, I don't want them.
Oh yeah. There'll be a
I know adamantine's also boo bucks, so.
yeah.
Yeah.
Let me double check on that because
I think an ore is 2,500. I don't know how much a sliver would be.
Okay.
No, adamant. I'm getting that confused with mithril. Never mind.
Is mithril more mithril's more expensive than adamantine? I think, right?
so.
I
Yeah.
doubt it.
No, I think adamantine's probably more.
Really?
Okay.
That's why it's the amount you need for 500 gold. I'm thinking it's probably about the size of a pearl.
Okay. Yeah. I will say that we'll just put them at 500 gold, both pieces.
Okay.
They're just really small. pieces that you find in kind of like a sorcery shop, so to speak.
Okay.
Could I find a like a nice weapon store stand either?
There are stores that sell weapons. Of course, it's kind of like Waterdeep, and the general rule is you can carry weapons. It's just they stay in the sheath, you know. They,
Like a run fair.
right, right. They do have, like Waterdeep. They do have a guard.
Okay.
And they stand out because they're like they wear armor that is like glistening silver as they walk around. Like it's almost to the point where it almost glows. It's so the sheen on the armor is just so bright. I think they have a specific name. I believe they're called like the silver. They actually have like a specific name for Silverymoon guard.
I'm blanking on it.
I'm blanking on it too. Knights. It's just called Knights in Silver.
Oh, cool.
Yep.
Could I find a Naginata or throwing stars / darts?
Sure. You could find those here.
Okay. Just regular ones, no
Yeah,
bonuses or anything. Just regular ones.
regular ones like that. Yeah, you wouldn't have no problem finding in a larger city like this.
Okay, cool.
And those probably wouldn't be like, out marketplace stuff. That would probably be like, you're running through shops and things of that nature. But eventually you would discover those and be able to purchase those. And it would just be the standard rate out of the books here, as far as the economy is concerned for Silverymoon. So
I'll buy like, how many throwing stars do I need on me?
it's up to
10?
10 would
I'll
be
buy
a good
10
number.
throwing.
10 would be a good number.
Okay, we'll go with 10.
I mean, is there anything else that you guys shopping or specifically looking for, like to purchase? I mean, as far as like,
Just those things.
you don't really see, it's kind of like Waterdeep. Like it was rare that there was a shop that has magic items in it. Like you can buy spell components and things like that, no problem. There might, like in the Vault of Sages, you might be able to find books or things that might speak of arcane things. But as far as like going and find like a magical greatsword or something like that might not be something that you could procure here. Which honestly, most of you guys are tapped out on magic items anyway, I think.
So, we'll look for a bar
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
and start drinking.
Probably sort of a like a hole in the wall type place that looks like it's a little dangerous.
Okay, let's see. There's a place called the
Place that's
the Dancing Goat.
Sounds dangerous to me. For legit.
Goats have horns,
Yeah.
So
Sacrifice them to Asmodeus.
That too.
So, yeah, honestly, you can hear the Dancing Goat before you even arrive.
It really is a dancing goat.
It is a loud establishment. You guys can see it says it's on the right side of the north bank of the Moon Bridge. So it's probably like one of these buildings over here along, trying to shift ping you guys. Somewhere over in here.
Okay.
I don't know, is it say it on this this map? Yeah, there it is. Wait, it says 22. Where's 22 at? Oh, it's right here.
Yeah.
Right in the middle of town. But yeah, it is a hopping place. It's busy, noisy. Basically, it's just full of people and entertainment, and it doesn't seem like this place ever slows down as you guys walk in. There's this massive dance floor filled in the middle of the room, and it seems like elves, humans alike, everybody kind of like in there is enjoying themselves, dancing around. And you can see that there are kind of these hallways that kind of lead off from the main dance floor, And then it looks like there's these 2 staircases that go on either side of the dance floor as well that lead up to an upper part where there's more hallways and presumably it looks like doors for rooms and stuff so you could stay here.
How stupid do you feel like being? All right. Okay, here's my plan. Before we get right in the door, I'm gonna go to Muffin. Hit me. Hit me as hard as you can.
As you wish. I'm just gonna haul and swing at her.
All right, are you just letting him hit you?
Yeah.
Okay. How much damage do you do for unarmed strikes, Mulfin?
Let me double check here. I want to say it is 1d6 plus 2d8.
Okay.
Let me see here.
I won't make you roll to attack since she's basically just like putting her chin out here for you to hit. You can just roll damage.
Oh, okay. Oh no, so it's a so unarmed. Yes, give me a second here. It's D4 plus my strength and 2d8. As you know, I'm gonna hit with the good arm.
Now is Diana here too? Did Diana come with you guys? Okay, just double checking.
Sorry.
Okay.
25 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh!
25 points of damage.
Oh my
I rolled
goodness.
8 and a 7 on the freaking D8.
I think that's
and
more than
rolled
I do for bludgeoning damage.
I think that's
Jeez.
more
And then I rolled
damage
a
than you do in a punch.
Yeah.
Well, I have 2d8 cold damage because of the hand.
Okay. I look a little rattled. I did not expect that, but I give you mad respect. Let's start a fight club. I push him back.
Are you doing this on the dance floor?
Like right before we get to the inside of the bar. Like kind of like in the alley.
Outside
before
in the alley?
we get. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You hear this strange, like, it's kind of like when somebody like doesn't know what to say, or you hear this like, oh, coming from like all these people around, and then you look over your shoulder and it seems like a few elves are standing there, and they look like appalled, like they're not really sure what is going on. All of a sudden, this gnome looks at this wood elf and just slams her right into the face and teeters back a little bit.
Yeah.
But everybody's just like standing there, like looking, like what's going on here? What is happening?
What's up, guys? You ever been in a fight before?
A halfling kind of just pops out of nowhere and is like, "Hit her again!"
All right.
Okay.
Some will
I'll hit
dodge.
her again.
Some will dodge.
No, okay, so you have to roll to hit this time.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Get in here, do a grab. Where is my character sheet?
She can stop this at any time if you want. It's up to you. I think she's frozen. Oh, is Zot's frozen?
Might be.
Jamie, you're muted.
There's no stopping it now. She's
Yeah.
frozen. Keep going.
Okay.
There she goes.
I don't know. That's close. I think that'll hit her. 23.
Well, that will hit me if I'm not gonna dodge.
Roll,
You can hit me again.
roll your damage there, Muffin, as this halfling calls out and you swing back and punch her again.
Okay, that's not quite as good. That's okay. 17 points of damage.
Okay.
Are you resistant to bludgeoning or cold?
Not right now.
Taking this part? Okay.
Not right now. That's hilarious. So Ashlyn kind of stumbles back once again. Ashlyn, you actually stumble back and fall a little bit, and the halfling guy who shouted,
her shopping list.
the halfling kind of that shouted, like catches you a little bit before you fall.
Yeah.
It's like, you can't take too many more of those. You better stop. It's disheartening.
Well, now you're rational.
Oh, you're no match for him.
All right, buddy.
What's your passive perception?
My passive perception 21.
21. What's your passive perception, Molfin?
check.
I think mine is like 20
20? Okay.
My passive is 22.
Okay.
or 18.
22.
Molvin, you catch out a glimpse of the corner of your eye that a couple of you can see like the glimmer. You catch a glimmer first, and then you're starting to see like some of those guards from the town are starting to like head in you and Ashland's direction.
Okay. We're just looking at Ashland going,
Does Diana see
Unaggr-
that?
Yeah, well, Diana, yeah, you would probably see that too with the 20. Ashland, you're probably just too busy now you're in like rage mode probably after
Okay.
so as the action's starting to take place. Eventually as Molfin's calling on to you to come after him, eventually these two guards kind of burst through the crowd. Looks like rather tall elven individuals. Look at what's going on here? What is the meaning of this? What is the cause of this conflict?
I'm quite sure we're not supposed to talk of it.
That doesn't make any sense whatsoever. And everybody's standing around so confused. Like, nobody has any idea what is going on. You just started punching Ashland in the front of the building.
Neither of these have red or gold on them.
Neither have red or gold, no.
Mm.
With your passive perception, you all realize that halfling, gone.
Rather like his style.
Yeah, we're fine. We're just getting some emotions out.
Well, the middle of the city is not a good place. Can you find another location to get your emotions out?
Certainly, and I'm going to put my arm around Ashland and start to walk inside the bar.
Not in there. Not in there. I meant anywhere but in the city walls. Please. This is a place of peace. We don't need this kind of disturbance happening in the middle of the streets. Are you okay, ma'am? You're bleeding.
Fine. Do you want to live your life never knowing what a fight felt like?
I've been in enough fights to know what they feel like. I don't want to have one today. By the looks
You're not your khakis, man. You're not your khakis.
They look at each other quizzically and
As
look
they-
back at you.
As they start to look at each other, I'm going to very quickly try to cast a spell
Okay.
and make all three of us invisible.
Okay. So you casting your invisibility spell?
Yeah, I'm trying. As I see them start to turn away, I'm trying to do it quick so as they go to turn back, we're just gone.
Okay. As they turn around, Molfin, your spell has no effect.
Oh no.
And it costs you to lose that spell slot. What are you doing waving your arm like that?
He's stretching. Wait, can I do something?
Apparently, learning that you have certain abilities around you.
I mean, I'm not sure what you're talking about, but yes, I do have special abilities. I've gone through much training for this. They don't just put this armor on anyone, you know.
Should just start saying, like, yeah.
Molfin, if you'd like to make an Arcana check, you can.
Yeah, I'll make an Arcana check. No, Molfin is too busy thinking about something else.
Okay.
Or actually, you know, let me.
It's
throw
not
the
a very
number
it's
out
not a
there.
very difficult number. Because you've had
Can I
experience.
turn invisible?
I rolled a 2 on the die.
Oh.
So
Plus.
that's a 19.
19 is
Oh
enough.
my God.
19 is enough. You've experienced wards before. Silverymoon has many spellcasting wards on it. And you've discovered that one in particular does not allow people to use magic that makes them invisible.
Don't Lachlan go.
Must have run away.
We should find him.
Yes, but I don't have anything to... Did you get a good look at him, or did you nick
No, I
anything off
didn't.
him?
No. Kinda just fell into him.
You there, Elfman. How many halflings do you have in the city?
Oh, what kind of question is that? My goodness, we have
A rather specific
we
one.
have a very large community of halflings in the city, actually. I can't give you a specific number. I wouldn't know that. You'd have to... That's well above my pay grade.
Can I turn invisible?
Are you asking the guard that?
No, you. Michael.
Oh, can you turn invisible?
Yeah.
Is yours a spell? Is
No.
it magic?
I don't know.
Does it say in the rules that you magically turn invisible?
Nope.
So you just turn invisible?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can spend 4 key points to become invisible.
Okay. Well, if you want to try, you could try.
Dope monk shit.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you turn
I'm gonna turn invisible.
You turn invisible. Because what you're doing isn't magic. It's just monk stuff. That's
Can you
insane.
see me? Can you see me?
How
Yes, you're right there.
Oh. Okay, never mind. I was concentrating. I thought you had to concentrate on this stuff. What do I know about magic? Oh, my brain hurts.
You also, well, Molfin, you got true sight, right? So you
Right.
you can see her, nobody else can. That's it. What happened? Where'd she go? Why
What do you mean,
why
where'd
is
she
she?
go? She's right there.
I can still hear her.
She's standing right in front of you. What sort of a god are you? Incompetence.
I hear a voice. I don't see an elf. Do you see her? I do not.
She is right there. I mean, come on. Right there.
Both guards look at Diana and say, "Do you see her? I hear her." Diana stares, still.
Oh, buddy.
Poor Zos.
Poor Zos. I hope she can hear us.
I don't know.
I don't know if she can hear
Okay.
us.
Hmm.
Maybe somebody throw her a message to tell her that if
Yeah.
she's currently online, we're not getting her.
Yeah.
Um,
No, she's showing us offline in Discord.
she's still showing up on mine.
Yeah, no, she's showing up in the chat, but on the actual
Hmm.
status for her, she's showing off.
And there it goes. Okay.
We'll catch.
Okay. So they just look back.
Molf,
Oh,
can
there
I
she goes.
insight check the guard to see if he's messing with me?
Sure, you can inside check the guard.
Because I can see Ashlyn. Of course, that's what I could roll it on. Oh, that's a nat 20.
Aw.
So insight, that's a 21.
Yeah, what your insight is, they're starting to get upset with you because it's like they can't see her, but you're sitting there, no, she's right here. So they think you're just like being sarcastic with them, and they're not liking that very, very well.
Molfin is just going to... Okay. Molfin is going to try to bonus action Misty Step up onto the roof.
Okay. You attempt to bonus
I'm
action
sorry,
Misty Step,
what?
and nothing happens.
Are there a group of people around right now, or is it just us and these two guards?
The group is starting to disperse. As soon as the guards came along, they kind of just made their way. And as soon as, like, the action stopped, and it just started to be a verbal confrontation, they just kind of moseyed off. So, yeah. So your Misty Step fails as well. Silverymoon, Molfin's Bane.
You can see Molfin is very much starting to unhinge a little bit.
Yeah, if we
Oh,
need to take up Molten,
Jesus.
if he needs a couple checks, we just take him here. He's grounded.
Wow.
Diana will do exactly that. She will look up at Molfin and she will yell at him and she'll be like, "What are you doing? You'll get in trouble with Callista." I don't know what it is, but I know that they're gonna get in trouble.
And Diana, you would know that Molfin just tried to cast 2 spells because you know his routines for casting, and
Yeah.
nothing happened.
But I'm invisible.
She's not bloody invisible.
You know, I've heard that that's common dysfunction among spellcasters when they get to a certain age. It's okay. Something to be ashamed of.
Oh.
And
Mm.
high five, Diana. Okay, Diana high fives herself.
Oh,
And,
damn! Shots fired. You need a healing word for that burn, Molten?
No, but seriously, Wolfen, come on, stop playing around. We have to get back to Callista.
Molfin is just going to start walking away, and as he goes to walk away, he's going to point back at those 2 guards.
Mm-hmm.
And wait till he gets probably about 10 or 15 feet away and just turn back. Do not set foot in my presence again. I will not be held responsible for what happens. Just continues to walk away.
Ashlyn, you hear them both, like, they look at each other. Is that a threat? Was he threatening us?
No, he's just hungry. We'll be taking Grandpa to lunch now. Thank you. Goodbye. And Diana will hustle past him.
I'll wave at them and leave. 'Cause they can't.
They don't look at you
No.
at all. They don't acknowledge you whatsoever.
And after a minute, I pop back in though.
Okay. As you're walking away, Ashlyn becomes visible again. It continues to stay visible for Molfin.
Mhm. So that was awkward.
I'm very glad that I was so absorbed in my shopping list. I missed half of it.
You missed me
Do
turning.
I see any like small animals walking around or anything? No, chicken, squirrel, rat, mouse, something not a house pet.
You probably see some squirrels and things of that nature, like because there's trees within this city. They're probably just going around, grabbing things off the ground and taking them back up into a tree and things of that nature.
As Molfin sees a squirrel, he's going to try to cast Firebolt.
Firebolt?
No.
Okay, you're just pointing it at the squirrel and just casting
A
Firebolt.
random, whatever, first squirrel I see.
Firebolt.
Yes, Firebolt, not
Okay.
ball.
It begins to glow red in your hand, and then dissipates and just fades.
May I try not to firebolt a squirrel, but to throw a firebolt at...
Do you wanna
perhaps
heal
to
me?
Yeah, sure. I will heal Ashlyn. Sorry. I will cast Cure Wounds on Ashlyn.
Cure wounds on Ashlyn. Okay, so as
yeah,
you...
what is that? A 2-4?
Yeah, go ahead and roll. As you begin to cast the spell, it indeed, the Cure Wounds goes through.
Oh.
Alright, 2.
And you can feel the warmth of Ilmater overcome you, Ashlyn, as you are healed for how many?
Cool.
How many did you say? 2?
Yeah, 2 points.
Just 2 points.
I rolled
No,
very
that's
low.
Isn't it plus your wisdom?
It should be 2 plus your wisdom.
Oh,
think.
yeah. Oh, yeah, you're right. Okay, that's like 5.
So a total of 7
Right.
then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So that seemed to have worked.
Weird.
No problem.
So as Molfin sees that happening, again, you could almost feel the heat starting to radiate off of Molfin at this point. Next
We should get
animal
him.
he sees,
Listen,
whatever it is, is casting Finger of Death through the hand.
Oh my god. Molfin, listen.
Overkill.
Calm down, all
Uncle
right?
Wolfen.
I am sure there's no need to kill
Molfin is
somebody's pet
neutered
cat.
right now, and Molfin is starting to lose his.
Dude, you can still punch like a truck.
Yeah. Molfin, calm down, all right? Deep breathing exercises. Okay? Everything's fine.
To the shop
It's-
and
This place probably just maybe has wards against certain types of magic, maybe? Like, I bet that I couldn't cast Fireball or something. Maybe it has wards against offensive.
no, he
something like
couldn't
that.
cast invisibility either.
Nor
Okay,
could I
maybe it's just
teleport.
you. But either way, we're gonna get out of here soon.
Apparently not, because if I can't teleport, I can't help us leave.
Isn't there a
We are now
teleportation
trapped
circle?
in Silverymoon.
We're
Like a
not trapped
tree
in
that Callista
Silverymoon
could look
because
at.
Number one, we can get out of city limits and teleport, or Callista can walk through the trees or bring us back with the scepter. We have options. We're not trapped here. Everything is going to be fine. Deep breath.
Diana in the middle of Silverymoon, calming Molfin down. This is epic right here.
Take a deep breath in.
Molfin's just going to go to whatever
positive
the next
energy,
inn we can find is and start drinking.
Okay, you got it.
and breathe out negativity. Breathe out negative thoughts. Anything that's like clouding your judgment. You know?
Breathe out anything
Eyes and Molfin's
clouding
already
my
gone.
judgment. Like this whole damned city.
At that point, as Molfin enters whatever tavern he can find for whatever beverages they might have, we're gonna
All of the beverages.
pan back to the other three individuals who are stayed back.
All of them.
What would you guys be doing during this time while they were out and
I
about?
will just say, out of character, it's a good thing you didn't try and kill nature in front of the druid. Because you're having a temper tantrum.
I wouldn't.
I did
surprise
it! Killing animals? That's serial killer vibes. Stop it.
Yeah, kind of. We are kind of all serial killers, if you want to think
That's
of it
not
that
the
way,
point.
but-
Leave animals alone.
It was either that or people.
I don't care.
Well, you squirrel person.
Okay. Just like go for the people. Leave my animals alone. No, I think Callista's probably like fascinated with what Silver's father is offering to do and is probably watching and hanging out with her dad.
Silver,
Yes.
can you do me a favor?
Sure.
Could I get you to dispel me?
Sure. But what are you wanting me to dispel?
I don't want to be a dragon anymore. It
Wait,
was
why
fun
wouldn't you
while it
want that?
lasted. I
Why
swear.
wouldn't-
I feel more powerful as myself than I do as a dragon. Personally, that's what I'm thinking.
Riled is standing near and he's like, "But you were so excited."
Yeah. I feel like I lifted up. All right, it's good.
I mean,
Yeah.
there's no problem with you being a dragon, but maybe not keep it for the full hour, and then we won't have this problem.
Yeah, no, I've been a dragon for like 3 days. That's
Yeah.
enough for me.
All right.
So
Sure.
so
I will attempt to dispel,
how did
which I don't know if that's going to work.
how did it
Do I know?
How did it feel being a dragon? I mean, was it a cool experience?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Everybody seems to hate you though, and that's not really fun.
They did hate me when I had spider legs. That's for
Yeah.
sure, yes.
Yeah, well, people suck.
They're very strong.
That's beneficial.
Tell you what, Dad, I'll turn you into a dragon next time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I can't do what he does and keep it permanent, but for an hour.
An hour will do.
All right.
So Michael, growing up here, would I know if I could even cast Dispel Magic here in the city?
Let's see.
I'm sure my father would have told me this with him being a wizard.
You would know this, Silver. The
Mhm.
inner ward of the city is the strict ward where you guys are located, pretty much.
Yeah.
It's kind of like there's actually 2 rings of the mithril that protects Silverymoon. One is that their portals within the inner circle of this ward cannot be constructed in Silverymoon, which prevents things like portals to the abyss from opening up in the middle of the city, those kinds of things. So portals for like demons trying to infest this place, totally protected against that. All creatures within the boundary of the mythal were also unable to become invisible. And if they were scryed upon, they knew they were being scryed upon within the mythal. It didn't prevent scrying, but it let you know that you were being scryed upon. So, like, you know how when you guys see those little bubbles, like, they would be visible to anyone.
Oh.
So you could see that you were being watched. It doesn't necessarily say that you can know who's scrying on you, but it says you know that they are. Okay?
Let Lachlan Menzo try on Callista now.
That's it. Another one is that the temperatures in the city remain about comfortable all year long. That's another part of the ward that's on this. And it also prevents any formation of ice, which keeps the trees looking nice all year round. It's kind of like the trees are just stuck in springtime weather all the time. So they're always green. They're always alive. Also, evocation spells that create fire do not work.
One spell that Wolfen tried.
One spell that Wolfen tried.
That's good. That's really good.
The second one is teleportation magic does not work.
Oh.
Also, anything that is summoning does not work. You cannot summon a demon in the middle of Silverymoon. It will not work. The thing about the teleportation magic is the Vault of Sages has a room that allows the teleportation circle. That's like the only way that teleportation magic works in the city. They're the only place that has an established circle that works. There are things, and you would know, there are things that are called ward tokens that you can get. You have to attune to one. It's like a magical item, and it allows you to get over, like, it will allow you to cast evocation spells, teleportation magic, and summoning magic if you have that ward. But there's very few of them, and they're usually only in the hands of like a very high up arcane caster that's part of like the protection of the city. Like, if something goes wrong, I can do this, other people can't. Kind of thing.
Gotcha. Okay. So that means that Dispel should work here then.
Dispel should work, yes.
Okay. Sure. I take out my sword because my sword is my spellcasting focus. Just don't move.
Okay.
So I'm just holding my sword like towards Vix, and I will cast Dispel Magic. It will glow like a faint silver, like bluish glow, and attempt to dispel your polymorph. That's not gonna do it. That's a 3. I will attempt it again. You feel any different? Did it work? No, wait, what am I talking about? I can see. No, you're still a dragon. I have true sight now, by the way. 30 feet.
Yes,
so
you know it failed, Silver.
Again. Yep. Okay, that is I still don't think that passes. That's a 16.
How-
So
Do
it
you
has to
need
be.
help?
What's
It has to beat the. It has to beat a 19, I believe, because it's a
Yep.
nice little spell.
Yeah, it has to be a 19. So 2 attempts
I
have
will-
failed, Silver.
I will. One more time. I
You-
got this. I got this.
Okay. All right, I'll stand by and watch.
Riled.
Natural 20.
There you go!
There it is.
24.
24.
Bravo.
So,
Third time's a charm.
even though his figure doesn't change because he's still kind of in that polymorphed form of Vix,
Mhm.
you see that blurred kind of image from True Sight kind of just dissipate and fade out, and you just see the form of Vix there now, as these illusions aren't like overlapped of one another where you can see all these things happening at once.
Well, there you go, my friend. You are back to yourself.
Yay!
Even though I thought your other form was very cool.
It's fun, but I am much more powerful as myself, like I said. So,
I'm sure.
Roud
It's important for
leans
yourself.
closer to Callista so that the other two can't hear him. He's like, I was starting to get the word he wasn't going to be able to do it.
Yeah, me too.
And then he just sits back up and just smiles.
Yeah, we both do like the.
I mean, I will just go back to helping my father make the leathers because I am proficient in leather workings tool, so
Okay.
I will help. I'm not super good, but I will assist him.
Okay. Yeah, like this is going to be it's going to be
Long time.
a long time, so
Yeah.
we don't really have to roll on it because it's not like an immediate thing, so it's just going to take a while.
Mhm.
Anything else that you guys wanted to do other than dispel Vix's dragon form?
I'm waiting now. I'm waiting patiently for
Waiting
my
patiently?
new armor.
Okay. Because I think I said it would take a week, right?
Yep.
Okay.
I believe so.
All right. Callista,
Mm.
anything that you wanted to do
Yeah, I have
here?
a question.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Never mind, actually. Sorry, no, never mind. I realized I was like, no, wait. I should have done this during our time. Never mind. Go ahead.
No,
Fine.
go.
Yeah.
Go.
Okay,
You're
so Diana trying to find a book on Draconic that is similar to this one. Let's talk Italian. Let's talk Draconic.
Aw.
Yeah, you can find a book about learning Draconic here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that was it. That was my one note. All
That was
right,
your one
goodbye.
note? Okay, sure.
Yeah. Bye. I got too
Aw.
excited.
I'm back.
You find one of those like it's like one of those secondhand bookstores where people have brought their books back
Yay.
and you get it has a little bit of bends on the edges and stuff but yeah, you find one.
Sweet. Never-
I would imagine you're doing that while Milfin's drinking heavily.
Dove posso prendere un taxi?
Find
Where
out
can
how
I
you
catch
stay
a
to leave the
taxi?
bottle.
And that's it. That was my whole shtick.
Well, what we can do if you guys want to, we can fast forward a little bit to where you guys
Sorry.
regroup. I would assume that the party that was shopping will eventually come back to Silver's home, the shop. Does your father live like above or behind? Like, is it like a store
Correct.
/ home?
Yes.
Okay.
We live upstairs.
You got it.
It's not a big house. Like there's legitly just 2 rooms
Mhm.
for one for me, one for my father. But like it's nice, cozy.
Can I check in with my father to see how he's doing? Because Callista will mention probably after we get this armor acquired. I'm thinking we head down to Menzo and deal with it because she keeps looking over my shoulder and it's getting annoying.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
I guess we have to go back there, huh?
Would you prefer I left you with Clarion and I go deal with it myself? You don't have to go back. I won't force you.
I would not make you go yourself.
It's kind of my problem now. She's like making herself known with spiders and everything. It's seems like my problem currently.
What is the plan? Do you have one?
We have a vague plan.
Vague plan will not cut it in Menzo.
Do you have suggestions?
Well, I have information. Perhaps I can meet up with the rest of the group. I know that Molfin is very magical, and there are things in Menzo Branson that will not favor him.
Like what?
Menzo Branson's mythal. They have protections in the city.
Anything specific?
Well, the one that stands out to me is any magic that has to do with flight does not work. You attempt to fly, it will not happen.
But levitation works, right?
It does not. And even your abilities that you have. Let's say you want to turn into something, say a giant eagle or something of that nature.
Right.
You will be an eagle, but you will be grounded.
How is that possible? How could they stop natural animals from flying?
The power of Loth, my dear.
What a bitch.
I've been saying it for years.
I know. Wow. Messing with the natural ecosystem. I'm assuming underground there'd be bats and other flying creatures down there, and is it just within the city limits?
It's just within the city limits, my dear. Outside of the city, the bats fly normally. But the reason that, well, it's not so much the natural order of things, it's the fact that your nature to be able to turn into these animals is magical innate. You are not really a giant eagle when you transform into one. You magically transform into that one with your ability.
Right. But it's not a spell.
It's still a magical transformation.
Well, as I said before, you don't really need to fly to fuck things up as a dragon.
That is true.
Well, that's good to know. Is there anything else aside from flying that's canceled?
Let me think on it for a moment.
Sure. You can take your time. We can bring this back up again when the group gets all together. This is probably something we should discuss as a group.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to check in to see if you want to come, or if you don't, you can say no.
I feel
But
like
that means I'm going to have protections in place while we're gone.
Well, I feel as if I need to go because I feel like it's been many years since I've been there, but I know the place.
That's true. Do you have any favorable connections there? Anyone you could trust?
I don't have anyone I could trust at all. They all turned their back on me a long time ago, dear. It's once you fail in the eyes of Loth and you're turned into a beast-like creature like I was.
Yeah.
You're nothing more than a creature into their society.
I may not know exactly, literally what you feel like, but after years with grandfather, I can kind of understand what that's like.
It is
Not having anyone to trust.
That is similar. There's no doubt about that.
I'm glad you found Mom.
Me too. She pulled me out of all that mess and opened my eyes. And it was all worth it. Every bit of it. He points at you still wearing that necklace of Elistre?
Yes.
He points to that. He's like, I think she looks over us.
You do.
I do.
Has she ever spoken to you?
Let's just say I could do better about paying attention.
Yeah, that runs in the family, huh?
But you know what? I think she does. But she speaks to me through you.
Hang on a sec.
And we'll kind of just fade to another group. Is Ashlyn, did you go to the bar with Molfin, or did you go to the bookstore with Diana?
I probably went to the bar with
Where-
Molfin and
Okay.
I'm
Yeah.
drinking a bunch.
Yeah, Molfin is
I went back to
really
the bookstore and then found them.
okay. So yeah, Diana makes her way back in. She's got a nice used book in her hands as she walks in. She's reading it across this tavern floor. This is a much calmer tavern, a little bit more peaceful, a little darker than the jovial one you were at just down the street. But you guys
She's
are
slowly, quietly pronouncing words.
okay.
Mm-hmm.
Molfin and Ashlyn, what would you guys be discussing at this time?
That's a good accent. You should work on that a little more.
My
she talking?
accent?
Is she talking again? Hmm?
Talking in Nucanic now. You can say good words, but you need to work on the tribe.
Do
Dialect.
da un amico.
What do you mean diaphragm?
I'm with
Maybe
friends.
that. I miss Lachlan. He should be here with us because we're his fab.
Hey, Sarah, will you do me a favor?
Yes,
Is there a way you can share your character sheet with me?
sure.
That means he's gonna look for something to torture
I
you
know.
with.
Zos, you
Keep
know
digging up
me.
dirt on
You
you.
know me. After 4 years, you know me so well.
No, I learned this lesson the day that
Where
I
do you want me
literally
to send
just-
it, Michael?
Is there a way like you can just? Is there a way you can share it with me on like D&D Beyond, where I can just like access it and look at it?
Yeah, I can just
Okay.
put it in general, or I can
Well, I can't.
message you.
Yeah, if you message me, well,
Can I put it in Roll20?
put
Hold on.
put it in Roll20. I can't mess with Discord right now. That's the only thing.
Yeah, there it is.
I learned this the hard way when I innocently put into my bio a flaw. Diana trusts her religious leaders a little bit too much. And
Oh,
then
I've got more my
all hell broke loose.
yeah, in my bio on Roll20, I have more of my bio
Okay, got it. Got it.
than I do in my
So I can grab it from
D&D.
Roll20 too, right? Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
I think I just have to level up in that with my hit points and everything in Roll20, but everything else should be up to date in Roll20. Just one
He's
level.
probably looking
Oh,
for a
yeah.
saving throw. You've been poisoned.
Oh.
Clerics of Ilmater, the clerics of Ilmater have ingested a toxin into your blood.
Guess what? After one round, I can be not poisoned.
Sweet.
Oh, if that's true, try one of these.
What is it?
I have no idea. Which one of you am I handing this to?
The left one.
I point to Ashley.
Alright. What is it?
I don't know. Cheers.
Cheers! Shalom.
You know, you
At this
guys.
point, Wolfen is just drinking whatever they're putting in front of him.
Yeah.
This is not healthy coping mechanisms.
I tried healthy and I couldn't disappear. I couldn't teleport.
Healthy?
Didn't
You
infiltrate.
punched me in the face and tried to burn a squirrel!
Running from our problems,
I
punching Ashley
tried
in the
to burn
face, and
you.
trying to fireball a squirrel. None of those things are what they told me during the psychology course at the Ilmater Temple were healthy coping mechanisms.
Oh, I hear.
It's not just physical healing, it's mental healing as well.
I hear. Diana, I'm not drinking. I'm Diana. and I will shove Diana a drink and be like, "Gotta catch up."
Mm, listen, I don't want to be a stick in the mud, but I think of being responsible, and I'm concerned about you guys and your well-being. I think you need a sober friend right now.
Ashen, you know what we need?
What?
Callista. Because then she
No.
could turn Diana into a stick in the mud.
Probably could.
All right.
Is that a living creature?
I don't know.
Is it a plant?
There you go. Bush.
Tree.
Bush in the mud.
Push in the mud.
Screw it, I give up. We're already too far gone. And she'll take she'll take a shot.
Diana takes a shot.
Yes.
Ashlyn, as you go to pay some of your coinage,
Mhm.
you notice that your coin pouch is kind of open a little bit,
Mhm.
and it
Robbed me.
and it feels lighter. It
robbed.
feels lighter than it used to.
We got robbed.
Son of a goat leg! A guy robbed me! Wolfin.
I didn't rob you.
What?
No!
Currently, you are missing, as you look down,
Oh no.
you are missing 500 platinum pieces,
Oh!
and your ring of water walking is gone.
Oh, that's fine. But 500 platinum! Wolfin, we gotta catch this dude no matter what. No matter what. Cause Lachlan will be so not proud of me for not catching a thief.
Should
It's a
we,
personal
should we tell the-
Benderman machine.
Vendetta.
Vendetta.
It's called a vendetta.
Vendetta.
It's called a vendetta, yeah. Should we we should probably tell the guards?
No. No.
Why?
They won't let us do justice.
Isn't that their job?
Snakes let out their own kind of justice.
Mom gonna look at the bartender who's ever been serving us. You there?
Yes.
Well, he's not a halfling, is he?
No, it's an elf.
Okay.
Yo.
Where do the halfling thieves hang out?
Bold question.
Well, I hope not here in my establishment.
My friend was
I don't see
robbed by
any.
a halfling. I have to find him.
Oh, that is terrible. I'm so sorry that happened to you.
Ooh, 10 gold right now if you tell me where they are.
Well, I'll take your 10 gold, but I don't know exactly who you're talking about. I mean...
Then you're not getting my
Diana,
gold.
I-
gold back. Oh, in Draconic, Diana will say, Kaido un reembolso. I demand a refund.
Do you say, I demand a refund in common after you say that, or do you just say it in Draconic?
I just say it in very poorly butchered Draconic.
Okay, he looks at both of you. I don't speak this language that she speaks.
Kaido un
not sure it's a language.
reembolso.
I don't know what she's saying to me.
Reembolso.
Borso.
I think I understood that.
She's really trying to practice rolling those R's. I don't.
She is,
It's a key part of the
she is
the
attracted to
Draconic.
you and she wishes to ask you to dinner.
Oh,
No.
really? Is that correct?
Diana
Tonight.
hit him with the book.
One
Wolfie,
moment, you just
You have to track him.
Cute.
I don't have the right spell today. I'd have to do it tomorrow.
Could we do it tomorrow?
Yes, we can hunt him tomorrow. Well, assuming I'm
I'm
so.
gonna scry on him. I'm gonna scry on him. Diana casts scrying.
in the middle of the tavern.
Why not?
Okay. Now what? The bartender's still standing there. Now what is she doing? What is this?
I think now she's trying to hunt a halfling.
Yes.
Listen,
Accurate.
I am sorry that this happened to all of you, but this is something that you need to do elsewhere. This isn't. I am uncomfortable with all of this.
To the shady back alley.
Yes, to the shady back alley, and he points to the door.
All
It's
right,
fine.
we will go.
Mulford's just gonna point and gesture at one of the bottles on the wall and just say, "Give me the bottle with me."
Yeah, sure. He gets the bottle ready. This place has some pretty fine. You want like an upscale bottle, or do you want like what kind of?
Whatever. I'm just gesturing, so whatever he's handing me.
Yeah, he's handing
I'm
you
just
some
gonna
top
take it.
shelf
like-
stuff, so it's gonna be like 10 gold pieces for this bottle.
My 10
He wants
gold
the
from
I'm
before.
mourning, give me the best stuff alcohol.
Yeah.
That's it.
No, that's how the day started. Mulford's a little hammered right now, so he's probably fine with,
Box
And then
wine.
you-
He's got the
Box
box,
wine
just
now.
chugging it right out of the box.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah.
drop a couple of platinum on the counter and walk out.
Okay.
Yeah, I will follow.
Excellent. Yeah. So you guys walk out.
Diana is. As Diana leaves, she is searching through her book for an insult and finds Il canto per favore. She'll walk out.
2.
Yeah,
She'll call you tomorrow.
that literally means check, please. But that was
Oh.
the best I could find. It's not. It's a practical use of draconic. It's not. It's not really like anything special or fancy. They didn't put the swears in there.
It's not important. You said you can find him. Scry him. Let's just find him.
Hey, go away, Diana.
Yes,
And
I
we
shall
will apparently
scry.
not light him on fire.
Okay. So you're going to cast your scrying prayer as you begin to
Yes.
pray.
Is there any negative
Kitty cat.
point deduction from being a little bit tipsy off of one shot?
No, not in this instance. As
All
you
right,
as you focus in on your prayer of Ilmater, it's kind of like taking communion where they have real wine at church. It's like that. So there you go. so you
Love those churches.
you focus in and you begin to scry, and your scry does indeed go through as you seem to find
Ooh.
yourself seeing this halfling sitting in a small room. Looks like a table in front of him with coin just all over the table. Looks like shiny platinum pieces. And he's staring at this ring and just looking at it. It looks like a ring that has like waves of water kind of carved into it all around it. And you can see that he's just smiling away. There's no one else in the room. He's just kind of sitting there. It looks like he's just reveled by his recent pickup. And it just seems as if he is in some kind of room. Looks like maybe like an inn room or something like that. Make a, do this. I don't normally do this during spells, but make a perception check for me. Okay.
Fun. Okay. I'll pick the green die because she's lucky. Oh, a 17 on the die plus
Nice.
at least 5. I don't know.
You can
Probably
hear.
10.
It's kind of like
Probably 10.
it's kind of like if somebody in your housing complex, or if you were ever lived in an apartment before, it's kind of like somebody who is in an apartment nearby has loud music playing and they're having a party. Like you can hear loud music playing, but it's through walls.
Oh, something about scrying though is that it makes you choose between hearing and seeing.
I'm just gonna give you that.
Yay! I get things for free.
You get things for free. You're level
hell
18.
yeah.
Why the hell not?
At level 18, you crack the code.
That's
and
it.
Find out how. Yeah. Excellent. I will look up like that's so Raven, and okay, so the halfling is
Uh-oh.
Disconnected.
Oh, no.
Is what?
Oh, no.
Oh no.
She's been disconnected from her scry.
Oh.
No. Yes, Sparky Mac 85, the music is definitely Silverchair.
Aw.
That's it.
He knows I love Silverchair. Yes. Favorite 90s band.
Scrying has a trying effect on the body, so she's done, but she's a little bit stunned.
It was that
Yeah.
it was that shot. It threw her for a
Yeah.
loop.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yes, the Silverchair Forever
Like
loop
weird.
of the songs Tomorrow in, I think, Israel's Son. That's
A-okay with Love
Okay,
As she's stunned there with her mouth half open, Movil's just gonna start pouring drinks down her throat.
Silver Vix, anything other than waiting and helping that you guys wanted to do? You still continuing to stay there? Just pondering, working with your father, and
Yeah, I'm just spending some time with my father, basically, and also
she
just
popped out. Yeah.
relaxing. So,
Your father kind of looks at you and says, "So, now how long do you plan to stay?"
I look over at Vix.
Vix
Steve?
is, as we've established, he's very young, so his attention span is very short.
I love
So
this.
I was waiting patiently, and then I started to get bored. So I'm like looking towards the door, like about to wander out
Okay.
and go do something.
If I see him wandering out with my passive perception, I would just go follow like a mom and just watch, make sure he's okay.
Okay.
Let me get back to you on that, Father. I will be back, and I will go run after Vix also, just to see where he's going.
Your father just kind of
Yeah, I
nods
dragged
to
Dad
you,
with
just
me.
lets you go, and yeah, okay. So you guys go out into the streets.
Yeah,
We'll zoom back to Zos now that she's reconnected. What is it that you were
Hello.
telling?
Yeah. I don't know what that just was. Anyways, so, yeah, the halfling lives in like a little tiny, like little like apartment, with like really loud music playing, really kind of like insensitive neighbors. Like, to be real with you, it wasn't the nicest setup. Too bad for.
Was the music the same as at the bar?
Was the music the same as it was at the bar?
Make an insight check.
Okay. Fun. I know that I have a +10 to that. And I know that because it literally never matters because I always roll so low that it just doesn't count for anything.
Should be plus 11 now.
And
we
just
got
so you
proficiency.
guys know that Diana, you got a gifted player inspiration through chat.
Oh my god!
So you can take advantage on a roll of your choice. So just make sure.
I've never gotten one before. Thank you. I don't even know what for. That is a 21.
21. Sounded pretty similar in
The girl got
style
insight.
to the music that you guys heard at the Dancing Goat.
You know what? It did sound quite similar to the music that we heard at the Dancing Goat.
Well, if you're looking at Ashlyn.
Gotta
Back
go
to the
back?
boat?
Yeah.
But listen to me.
Be
listen
cool.
To me.
Be cool about the guards, cause gotta get the guy.
All right, you two.
Right.
Listen, I
Guys,
am
target.
Callista now. I am Callista now. Look at me. Look me in the eyeball. Okay? None of you. Thank you. None of you are going to cause bodily damage or destruction of property to anybody. We're going to get our money, leave. No bodily harm, no destruction of property, or I'm telling
Stole my
Callista,
money.
you get the money back. No bodily harm, no destruction of property, or I am telling Callista everything.
Malfa will stand up, hand over heart. I will cause no bodily harm.
Or destruction
Well,
of property.
In Gnomish, I will say, can you ban ship?
I'll look back over at Gnomish. I said nothing of mental. Certainly.
Yep.
I'm going to follow Ashlyn.
Okay.
I follow them along because dear
What's-
God help me.
What's funny is you guys walk out of this alleyway and almost immediately bump into Callista, Vix, Silver, and Riled.
Oh!
Oh. Drink, anyone?
Hey.
Well,
Callista, hold still. I don't know which one of you I'm handing this to.
The third
So-
one.
Oh, the third one, okay.
I qualche spicciolo.
You get
What?
What in the world?
Can you spare
Given-
some change?
Get a
Oh,
little bit.
That is not what you
Money?
said.
What-
That's
I don't know what I said.
That was very mean at first.
Yeah, you just said you kicked a cat. Why would you do that?
Is that a thing?
Well,
This
now
book
it
might not-
is.
This book might not be the most accurate.
Yeah,
I think
well-
it's just that, like, you just gotta enunciate. It's more guttural. You gotta.
What have you guys been up to?
Like,
Clearly you were
like
drinking.
that.
What's going on?
I'm gonna turn invisible and run towards the bar.
You're turning invisible and running towards the bar? So you're spending
Yeah.
4 key points? Okay.
Yep.
I'll give
Why?
it a chance
Why is
'cause
she
I can
running
flip you.
off? I can't too.
Oh, someone stole our
All
money.
3 of you have true sight?
I have true
Aw.
sight.
Oh, 2 of us do.
What's the point?
I have 30 feet of true sight for me.
Oh, by the
that's
way,
a-
we got robbed of like 500 platinum and a ring, a water ring, I think. Yeah, that's what we're doing right now.
What?
We
Wait,
got-
Callista has true sight?
I don't know if Callista
Hang on,
does.
let me see. here.
Okay, that's the only one I was
How do
running
we-
from.
I know Riled.
Yeah, no, I
How do
think.
I say we
think
got
Callista's the one
robbed?
that- All of a sudden, you vanished and ran away, and she's like, "Whoa!"
Okay.
But yeah, Molphin is right behind,
Okay.
probably jumping on and just sort of grabbed onto her back, like,
Okay, I'll let him. I'll kind of drag him along with me.
"Oh my god!"
Yeah.
Which I just realized is going to look ridiculous.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
still
'cause
Because
visible.
you're still
I'm
visible
invisible.
and she's
Yeah.
invisible. Yeah, that's right. Riled kind of looks over at Silver and what is happening?
I don't know.
That's what I'm looking towards Diana and
What?
Callista. Like,
Why does this?
What are we-
why
what's
does this
going on?
happen everywhere we go? Like I don't get it.
what's happening?
The same thing that happens every time we go somewhere.
I'm gonna
What
follow
happens when you go
I'm gonna
somewhere?
follow him and I'm running. I'm running after him. I'm going.
You mean
All right.
chaos?
That's exactly what I'm talking about. Yes.
Yes. Yes, indeed.
Well, great. Now you blew our cover because you're hanging on me, and like, why
I'll be
can't you
almost
turn
like a-
invisible?
Because it won't work.
Why didn't you just tell me?
I did when we were in the bar.
What?
I said.
Was I
as
too
much when
busy
we were in
crying
the
over Lachlan?
bar. I have no idea.
I might have been sobbing at that point.
Why are you guys so fast?
Where are the swear words
Because I'm
in this
riding
thing?
along.
Yes, they're usually in the back. Check the back.
Ah,
It's Riled's like chasing you guys too.
I found politeness. I don't want to be polite. I want to swear.
As I'm running, I will yell out the
Dazzle.
swear word for Diana so she can learn that.
And Diana takes that, and that is the word that she remembers. The only word that she will remember
Oh,
for the whole
no.
day.
Okay. So you guys make your way back to the dancing goat.
Mm-hmm.
It's still, I mean, it's been a little bit of time, but it's not dark yet or anything. It's still,
No.
probably between lunch and dinner as you guys come to this place. It's still jamming music. You can see that there is a large crowd gathered around nearby. Seems like this place never like has a down moment. It's always like hopping. What do you guys do?
Do we think? Are there rooms upstairs?
Oh yeah, it's a 2-story structure. Yeah.
So we go upstairs.
Remember what you said. No bodily harm, no destruction of property.
Wait, why? We shouldn't do anything like that, of course. Please?
Yeah.
I brought you all here.
But somebody
I
stole
would rather
500
not get in
platinum.
trouble.
And we're gonna steal it back. Silver has to live here. Nobody get that man kicked out of his home.
Sorry. I was being a cat mom. I'm here now.
Hello. I'm just
Hello.
threatening them. And
Oh,
remind
okay,
them that
great.
they
I love it.
promised No bodily harm.
No bodily harm promised.
No bodily
So,
harm.
Out
no,
of character, has it been established that she's been robbed and we know?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
And
We're in the.
And
the
basically
Sorry, I had to
everyone
mute
who-
you guys. I couldn't
Diana
listen
Diana
to them.
believes, based on her scry, that the culprit is in a room here in the dancing goat.
Did you tell me which items were stolen?
Yeah, I said the 500 platinum and the ring of water walking.
Can I attempt to cast locate object as we get closer?
Sure.
And Molfen is also going to activate the X-ray vision
Okay.
function.
Yeah. The
They can start looking through walls and doors.
Yeah, the X-ray
I just had an
vision
idea.
works, and
And-
so does the locate object.
Is there a back of the inn?
Yeah, there's a back.
Just climb up the front.
I'm gonna climb up the back and start peeking through the windows.
So you're just gonna like walk around the edge of the building and like peeking through everybody's windows?
Mhm.
Okay. Are you doing this stealthily or
Oh,
just?
girl, you don't
I'm gonna try to do it stealthily, but I'm
okay.
very drunk.
Okay.
Isn't she invisible?
And you
She
have a
isn't-
gnome on your
She is invisible. So
I am invisible.
drunk
You're still
while
on my
walking?
back? I
So-
thought you got one out and went in.
So here's what I'm gonna do.
Oh,
You are
Yeah.
well, technically monks based on the rules. Like I don't think you can actually be drunk because you can't get poisoned.
Oh.
You can't be poisoned.
So
Oh.
you can just
So you're just
you can
acting.
just you're just kind of acting drunk right now, which is great.
Okay.
Which is great.
Hey, Mom.
So you have
She wants to be part of the group.
you have advantage on your stealth roll because you're invisible. Or does that only last a minute?
That only lasts a minute.
Okay, so it would have worn off by now. With
All
all
right,
this talking
well-
and getting here, it would have been worn off. So
Well, I rolled a 16, so that was a 27.
okay, fantastic. Yeah, you make your way around the back of the building, and no one
Mhm.
even notices you. Well, Callista probably notices that you
Yeah.
tuck yourself back between the alleyway between the buildings and kind of head on back that way. There's like vines that climb on the back wall, makes it really easy to just climb right back up to the area of the second floor. There's no like place to stand though, so you kind of got to shimmy a little bit.
I can walk on the walls, so
Can you? Is it like?
a vertical surface.
But
I
can you
walk
like
on.
stop on them?
Oh, I don't know about that. You're right.
Or is it like, can you just run up it? You know what I'm saying?
Right. I don't know.
Like, I think you have to, like, if you stop on it.
I think you have to
can
get a
still
hold on
fall.
something.
Yeah, I think you'd still have to, like, hold something.
Okay.
If you were, like, shimming around it.
All
So-
right.
But-
Fair enough.
But there are some handholds, but there are some moment, like, you can see some areas where you're going to have to maybe, like, do, like, a little, one of those where you get to the edge of one windowsill and, like, pop over to the other one.
Mhm.
And kind of do some moves like that, some monk stuff. But
Okay.
But yeah, you're making your way up there. You're looking through, trying to look through some of the windows. What are the rest of you doing?
Molfin's gone in and is
Um,
heading upstairs to start looking through doors to see if we can find the guy.
Okay.
Diana would have tried to say to Ashlyn, like she probably ran off before she could. She would try to be like, you know, you can just turn invisible and walk in and take the money off the table. Oh, and she's gone. All right.
Yeah, she's not
Well.
there.
Okay. Diana will follow Molfen.
1,000 feet for locate object.
Okay. You are getting a powerful ping coming from the. If you're looking at the front of the building, it's second story, back right corner.
I pointed out to the group. There.
We gotta go get the money back.
How about you
Go
just
in.
let me talk
It's
to
right
him
there.
All right, let's go in.
first, and not so we don't hurt anyone or the
I
building.
gestured to Silver, and I'm like, listen to
mean,
the man. He's
yeah,
speaking.
Am I
it is
already
his
at
city.
the window though?
What's that?
I'm already at the window though.
Well, see, you just went to the window,
Yeah.
so you don't know which window.
Yeah. Okay.
Callista pointed it to the group after you had left.
Okay.
So you're just kind of like going there. Yeah, the first window you get to, the curtains are closed. Like you can't see
Okay.
through.
Mhm.
You move over, kind of shimmy to the next one. Same thing. Curtains closed.
What's all this privacy?
Everybody wants privacy in this town.
You get to the third window. You can see that it's the curtains are somewhat closed, but there's still a little bit of opening. You can see what looks to be a rotund human male with no shirt on.
Mm.
All right, I'm gonna drop down and follow the other ones.
Ooh.
Okay, you just drop down.
Yep.
Okay.
Seeing a human without a shirt on, you're just like, nope.
Yeah.
Yes, you.
She's a faithful lady.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, seeing that, Ashlyn just plops back down to the main story. Slow fall. You don't take any damage.
No.
Because monks.
Yeah.
That's monks.
And you can see that the group is still. They're getting ready to head towards the door.
Okay. I'll
And
be
she
a
can
shit now.
easily catch up with
Yep,
her
I'll
speed.
catch up
Like,
with
there's
them.
no issue.
Yeah.
Okay. As you guys. Okay, go ahead.
I'm just following Callista towards the room.
Yeah, I'm gonna
So-
lead. I'm assuming Silver would be at the front because he said he wants to talk, but I'll lead to the point of object.
Molfin, did you go ahead of them? Or did you wait for like
I would-
Callista
I
to
would-
tell you where she was getting a pig?
No, I would have already been in when
Okay.
Ashlyn took off. Molfin was going inside.
Okay. So Molfin,
Okay.
Molfin, you're making your way up the stairs inside. You can hear. I'm getting a little bit of a voice back.
Oh,
from someone.
mine.
There you go. I mean, the music is loud. There's some minstrels going absolute nuts. Like, you look over there and they got like this, it's kind of like the big marching bass drum like setting over in the corner, and some
God.
individuals like kind of pounding it to the beat. People are kind of dancing these different dances and moving along, and they got like much larger instruments that seem to have larger bell-shaped ends to them, like trumpets and things of that nature that are just blasting out music here. You begin to head up the stairs, and the rest of your crew you can see a little bit behind you still, but they're entering the front of the establishment. So, Molfin, you are heading up stairs, and you are using your X-ray vision, I believe.
Yep. Just looking through each door till I see that halfling.
Okay. Change some music here. See what this sounds like. I don't know. This is better. I like it. Okay, so you guys, honestly, you just start walking up the stairs. It's open, so you just start heading up the stairs, and then when you reach the top of the steps, it's kind of like there's a balcony hall area that's kind of open to the dance floor below, and it just kind of goes around the outskirts, and you can see there's some doors all around, but then there's also two hallways kind of go back farther in the depth of the building.
Okay.
So I'd say once you get up to the step, like, you could see one hallway ahead of you, and you could turn right and make a left down like an opposite hallway down the other side if you'd like to.
And Molfin was already heading inside.
You were already heading inside before Callista had located object and pointed out the direction.
Okay. Molfin's just going to sort of turn back, and you said I saw the rest of them coming up?
It seems like they're coming in the front door. Looks like Silver's leading the way with Callista beside him.
I'm just going to sort of look back and forth and look down and look back and forth again.
Somebody bumps into you and walks down the steps. Excuse me, pardon me. This place is hopping. There's a lot of people around.
I check my pockets.
Or you look down, checking your pockets. Make a perception check.
Yeah. Okay, that's not bad. Uh, 23.
Everything seems to be in order.
Yeah, I'll give the sort of once over, like, if you're all coming in, do you have any idea where he is? I don't want to search every room.
This way. I just keep walking past him.
Okay.
I'm opening right behind her.
Okay. So you guys go to the other hall, make a left, and start walking down towards the back. Yeah, the back right direction where you were getting that ping. You follow down the hallway and end up in front of room. Is it right is evens and left is odds?
I
think
believe
so.
so.
Is that the way it is? So this would
Yeah.
this would be you go all the way down to what would be room number 8, and that's where your ping leads you. The door is closed.
Can I see him within the room?
You can, with your X-ray vision, you can see through the door, and there is an individual sitting at a table.
Molfen casts a spell. Because I can see him.
Okay.
I'm gonna counterspell.
I was gonna say I have an idea.
Okay.
Okay. What
Well-
level of spell are you casting, Molfen?
I'll message it to you in roll 20.
Okay. All right.
New spells, baby.
I'm not a dragon anymore, baby.
Idea though.
Okay.
Oh,
So
what was that, Ashley?
So the
I
question.
have an idea after they do
Yeah,
the
it
roll.
looks as if
Sure.
Molfen is beginning to cast a spell, and then it looks like Vix is immediately starting to cast a spell as well.
Oh,
What level
God,
are you
what
casting
doing?
counterspell at?
I messaged you earlier. 7th level counters.
Molfen, your spell fails.
Oh.
Oh.
Gonna knock
Molfen
on the door.
immediately turns and is going to punch Vix.
Oh my. Okay.
Are you
It
trying?
hurts.
Are you trying to dodge it?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm not gonna let him hit me.
Make an attack roll.
Because Molfen
Children,
knows this one is
please.
Vix's fault.
I want to
That-
go and I want
That's a
to go to
19
the
on the
room.
die.
Oh yeah, that hits me.
I mean, all this commotion's happening, Ashlyn. I'm pretty sure you could slip by.
Yeah, I want to slip by and go to the room.
20 points of damage.
20,
Oh my
20. Oh, you get
That's cool.
slugged by the gnome as he turns
I
around
cast
immediately.
Cure wounds.
It looks like I've been hit and beat up a little too, but I'll.
Oh my-
I want to sneak to the by Muffin, but
As they're punching
Wait,
each other in the
does
hallway.
Black eye or something right now?
yeah,
Oh,
I'm missing
no!
35 hit points.
Oh wow, and I only healed you for like 7? Ooh, I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
I'm still missing 35.
My
I'm gonna go to
God.
the room, and I'm gonna jiggle the door handle quietly.
You're jiggling the door handle?
Yeah,
It's locked.
I'm going to use my thieves' tools.
Are you going to try to break,
break
in?
in.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead and do you have proficiency with thieves tools?
Yes, I know.
All right. So go ahead. You're going to add
I
your
think so. Wait,
proficiency
no,
bonus.
let me see. Let me see, because I think I took something in the beginning that let me.
Guys,
No,
you
no,
guys
just
need
my
to
dex
calm
score,
down.
just my
All
dex
right,
score.
Silver said he wanted to talk about it. We need to talk
Yeah,
about it.
Silver.
No,
Did-
I have
did
an idea.
Did I see Molfen punch Vix?
Yeah, it's
yeah,
in the
I mean, he just
hallway.
did it in the
This is right
hallway.
in front of you.
It's
I-
right in front of all of us, and Callista's like, "Can you
21.
stop?"
I'm going to cast a spell at Molfen.
Trust me.
Oh my God!
Oh no, the
And
party
while
might
we're doing this, I'm
begin.
gonna go in the room.
Okay.
Party's
If it's
finally
open.
You're,
fighting!
let's pick the lock first. 'Cause
Yeah,
Ashley knows-
21.
21?
Yeah,
You hear as you're fiddling around, you hear all this commotion happening behind you.
yeah.
I just imagine like Lock or or Ashlyn like learning, channeling her inner Lachlan at this time, and she's
Mhm.
just going, and then all of a sudden, like behind her, there is a kobold and a gnome like rolling across the floor, like just in the background while you're carefully picking this lock, and you hear the click, and it,
I'm gonna slip in the room, close it, and lock it behind me.
are you invisible?
Yikes.
No.
You're not? So you're just gonna open the door and slip in?
Yep, and close it behind me and lock it.
Okay.
Ashlyn!
So you close it, you just slip in the room, close it, and lock it. All of a sudden you hear, oh dear,
Ashlyn,
oh dear.
Diana bangs on the door and is like, you promised!
what spell are you casting, Silver?
I'm casting banishment.
On Molfen?
Yeah.
Okay.
That man's not
that's-
even up this plane.
that's-
Where's he gonna go?
That's
That's
a saving throw, right? Wisdom?
it is. Yeah.
That'd be a
Has to be to 18.
wisdom saving throw, Molfen.
I don't know he's good at it, but you know.
Let me see here.
Don't you have to touch him?
No.
Well,
No, it's
Uh,
60 foot range.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh, gotta love gnome combat.
Sorry, guys.
How much worse is
Callista just
Molfen was casting Force Cage just to keep him from running away.
I have a plan though. I just thought of a plan.
Callista's just staring at all of her party members with the most disappointed mom look.
Oh no.
Anna's next to her, also with a disappointed mom look.
Thank you.
The double
Mhm.
the double mom look, no.
Okay, you said wisdom. That is
When
a
the fun mom is disappointed.
Oh, you succeeded.
Yep.
It feels like something tried to pull you from this plane while Silver was casting this on you as you and Vix are wrestling around on the floor in the hallway.
I'm just gonna start walking up towards Molfen since the spell didn't work.
Okay.
Oh,
You can definitely tell Silver is pissed.
Ashlyn, you're in the room. Door is
Yes.
locked behind you. This individual is just stopped. He's like standing there and going, "Oh, I had, I had this. This was all mine. Yeah." And he starts taking it and like putting it into a little coin pouch off to the side, slowly.
I'm gonna look at him.
I'm gonna
Okay.
just listen at the
And-
door and just glare at my party, but I'm listening.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You got me.
Uh-huh. Yeah,
You got me good.
I do. You look like you took a couple good shots there.
Yeah.
Are you how's your head feeling? Does it feel okay? I mean, you don't have a headache or anything, do you? Or
No.
no?
But you
Ooh,
impressed me there.
how so?
I want to say I'm a pretty perceptive and sneaky person myself, so for you to get one over on me, well, that's very impressive.
Listen, I have no idea what you're talking about. This was all mine. I mean, I had
Uh-huh.
this. I brought this with me.
Well- You keep it. You keep your stuff.
Okay. Right. Because that's what we do. We keep our stuff. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yup.
That's it. Yes. Do you...
And let's say you come work for me.
work for you?
Yeah, just on the side. Gather some intel around. You know? And when I drop by in town, you just give me what you can, and I'll pay you more.
Really?
Yeah, just keep an ear out. Keep a low profile. That's all I ask.
Well, that's...
And maybe one day, you get to wear this. And I
Ooh,
pull out a ring.
that looks like
And
a
I put
nice...
back.
Gosh. You hear under his breath, I should have swiped that one.
Well,
Right. Well, how much you paying?
see that in front of you?
Yeah,
I can double that. Easy.
you can.
You just have to give me the good intel. And I'll feed you out some money over the course of a couple visits or so.
What kind of intel you looking for?
Anything you think would be good.
Well, I can think of a lot of things that would be good.
Well, don't write it down because I can't read. But you remember that stuff. And you tell me.
Okay. Name's Oswald.
I'm at
He,
my hand in.
he stands up and walks over to you and shakes your hand and
I like your style, Oswald. I like it a lot.
they call me Booger.
That's gross. Maybe we should pick a new nickname out for you. Perhaps start thinking of something more serpentine.
Serpentine?
Yeah,
You mean like fish?
sorta.
He's so stupid. I love him.
Callista hears his name and is like, also when asks if that's gross, because like,
I imagine Callista and Diana were both leaning up against the door, kind of like this, and then they have one
yeah,
Everybody's like,
booger.
All right.
We're wrestling on the ground and we're like, ew.
yeah, yeah, like,
Everyone just kind of looks up.
Molfin and Vix, yeah, both
Everyone just
stop.
stops.
Their heads turn, and Silver's just like standing over top of them, like angry, and then just looks up with an awkward look on his face too.
Everyone's just judging this man. He has no idea.
Who accepts the name Booger? Ew.
At this time,
Disgusting.
a door opens on the inside, on the odd side, about 2 rooms down from you guys. And one of the individuals that walks out turns their back kind of towards the door, almost as if they're locking it from the back. But it looks like 2 individuals are walking out of a room. Molfin, you recognize some of the colors that they wear.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
It looks like a blue and gold-esque looking cape. Similar to something that some of the harpers that you've seen sometimes wear.
Can Diana take off her fur coat and just throw it over the gnome and the goblin currently wrestling?
The gnome and the kobold? Sure.
Kobold. Why did I say goblin? Kobold. Just...
So you just...
Hey, I played a lot of goblins already. That's fair.
So you just throw a...
I think that was a microaggression. No,
What do you have to throw over top of them? Is there's...
I have a fur shawl thing that's like part of my like...
Part of your priestly
regalia?
vestments? Yeah, yeah.
Look at the artwork.
Okay.
I just throw the cape over. It's actually right over here. This is my cape. I take my cape off of my shoulders and I throw it over them to hide them.
Okay.
They're looking away.
Yeah, they're not looking towards you guys right now.
And now you are covered
Wolfen's
in
trying
cape.
to disengage and walk away from trying to get up and walk away.
Okay.
And
So
then,
Molfin
and then
just
I threw a cape on you.
crawls out from under the cape. You can hear like a key being like put into the door and shifted around a bit.
Wolfen's going to start walking over.
Oh, to them. Okay. Towards
Yep.
them. Okay.
I'll like hold up my hand to Silver. Like, it's okay.
There's a
I help
hand
pick up.
sticking out of a fur cape that's thrown over top of him.
It's all right. It's all right. It's all right. Don't be mad. It's okay.
And as you get closer, Molfin, one of them kind of looks over. Can I help you?
Do you have some time to converse?
Not at this moment. We have some things to take care of.
I think you should make time to converse.
What is this about?
You have interesting garb on. I'd like to ask about some of your compatriots, if I may.
What is it that you have to ask?
What is Crowan up to these days?
He's been extremely busy. Why do you ask?
Mulvin just sort of, at this point, is like, Hap looks down at his own hand. It's like, how green can you be? Perhaps it is nothing then. Enjoy your day.
Molfin, make a perception check for me, please.
Can I make an insight check on these guys?
Sure. Absolutely can.
Perception.
Can I
not
pull
great.
them?
15.
Cape back over the hand.
Where's my D20?
Well, instead of little looking over his shoulder, worried there's going to be a dragonborn coming after him.
What did you roll, Molfin?
15.
15. Okay. You have X-ray vision still on, correct?
Yep.
Okay. You can see through into their room. It appears that this inner room was a little bit larger than the one that you've seen from the outside. It looks like maybe these are more like suite set rooms in the inside. What's strange about it is it has something in it that none of the other rooms seem to have. There's a strange area on one side of the wall that you can also see through, and there's a staircase like embedded within the wall that leads down. From this room, which would be 8. It'd be room 11 in this hallway.
Also, just keep that as he sort of glances at the door a little bit and then looks back over at them and gives a little nod and starts to back away.
What was your insight check, Callista?
16. Not great.
Let me see something really quick. I actually have to roll this. That's astonishing. Most times I don't even have to roll because they can't.
I rolled
do
really
what you-
low. I rolled really low. Even with advantage, I rolled really low.
They're really tough to read.
Damn. All right.
Yeah. Actually rolled
And do
good.
they just start afterwards?
Damn. Well done, Michael.
That doesn't happen very often.
I know. I'm proud of you.
But they
I found the source of my aunt. I'm sorry.
But they seem to kind of shrug it off and just begin to
Okay.
walk down the hall. They pass all the rest of you and just seem to head where the stairs are and where the bar area is. They just seem to head that direction.
The minute they head down that direction, Wolfen's back at the door with his own set of thieves still trying to pick the door.
Damn it.
Okay, you guys all see this happening. Ashlyn, are you still in the room, or did you come out after this conversation with Mr. Booger?
Me and Oswald are cool. I'll open the door by then
Okay.
and have like swing it open and Molfin's like there like this. But I'll be like, me and Oswald are cool. We can go.
Did you get your stuff back? And I just look at Oswald.
He's continuous. He's taking the money and pulling it
Oh.
into his coin purse off the table. Shh. He looks at you as you're staring in, and he waves, smiles.
Our new friend.
Friend? You plan to work with him?
Better than dead?
Consider
I don't
yourself
really make
lucky,
friends,
Oswald.
Easily.
I guess I work for all of you now.
You do.
Yes.
Don't pull that shit again. Not to us.
Right. Yes. Well, I don't.
You're very lucky to be alive, sir. But,
This
as Ashley mentioned,
I'm-
you have potential.
I promise this was all mine. I mean, I
Mm,
don't really know what you're talking about.
I gave her that ring, so don't pull that shit on me.
Mm.
This was someone else's, right? I mean, there could be multiples. You don't know this, right? He looks like he's looking at everybody else in the group out in the hallway, like he's looking for somebody
I'm
to
kinda
back him up.
I saved your life 2 seconds ago. Stop lying to me. See this bruise?
You saved.
This was for you. Okay?
You took a bruise for me?
Yes.
He did.
Wow. I'm flattered.
Stop lying to me.
You hear from a few doors down. I wasn't going to kill him, just imprison him for a while.
You're known for killing.
I don't like the sound of that either.
Yeah.
That just sounds worse, almost.
Did you figure out a better name than Booger? I just look at Ashlyn.
Well,
He's not part of the
Seriously.
group yet.
she said something about
Seriously.
fish, so I was thinking like
No.
piranha.
No. Snakes.
No.
Snakes. Ooh,
Consider snakes.
I don't like snakes.
You could
they're
consider
kind of
banana
creepy.
snake.
I mean, something that doesn't have any arms and legs and just kind of slithers around. It's just. Just can't
I
get.
don't know if he's a material, guys. Do you want to force cage him or not?
Wolf was
No, I'm
trying to
kidding.
kick the
Oh.
door a couple ways
He
down,
might
so-
No. Oh.
Molfin, make
mentioned-
your check for picking the door. Okay.
Yeah, Callista's ignoring Molfin at the moment. She's aware of what's happening, but she's ignoring him. Oswald, you mentioned
yes,
you
yes,
had
yes.
some good information. What information could you share currently?
Well, I don't currently have information. I was just told though that if I was to get some information, that
But you said
I
you
would-
could think of some good stuff. So
yeah,
what
I'm
good
thinking of
stuff
some
are you
good
thinking
stuff.
of?
Oh yeah. There's a lot of stuff going on. Like so there's this one guy. Okay, he's at the market all the time, and
Mhm.
he kind of sits at the corner and he shouts all this stuff out, like the day of reckoning is coming, and everybody should start, preparing and reaching out to the gods to repent.
Sounds
And-
like Diana.
And
We always say stuff like that.
Yeah.
you say stuff like that too?
Listen, I'm just saying, it happens all the time. There's always some prophet who's here to announce that it's the end of days. It
Oh,
happens like every year. No
I like
one knows
glance at
that the world's
Molfin.
gonna end.
I glance back at Tiana.
what'd you roll during this
Oh,
I'd like to
conversation?
point
Molfin?
out that
Okay.
Vix just compared me to the second coming.
I
am his savior.
Molfin,
Or
what
the
did, what
Antichrist.
did you
Or
roll,
the
Molfin?
reckoning.
I think you're the reckoning.
Yeah.
Potato, potato.
What'd you roll?
What'd you roll?
14.
14. You are unable to unlock this door.
Are you sure about this, Astronom?
Oswald now like kind of hanging out of the, looking down at Molfin, who's trying to. Does he need help with that? I mean,
Are you any good at it?
I could give it a shot. But...
Show us what you got.
All right.
Work for that money and that ring.
Am I? And he looks at Ash. Am I getting paid for this?
You just did.
I did. When? Oh right, the
I'm going
bruise.
to-
The bruise. Right. That's right. I'll
If you
I'll-
lie to me one more time, I will personally take all of the money back. How about that?
Young man, if
I'll
you
just-
lie to me one more time,
Vix
I'm
is
gonna
like
send you to
losing
church.
it.
I'll just go get the door. I'll get the door. I'll take care of it. Okay. He
Thank
goes up.
you.
He goes up to the door. He's like, let me help you with that.
Molfin will step away.
And he's like, cracks his knuckles, then does it again, and gets these tools out. And starts like jimmying in the lock. He's taking his time. All of a sudden, Molfin, you just watched him break his thieves' tools in this lock.
Wow.
Oswald, you had such potential. Now we have to, like, I don't know, punch you.
Don't.
What?
Don't.
This is the
Oh, wait.
worst company to work for.
I didn't know that was part of the contract.
Oh, you stole my money.
But I did know he took a bruise for me, so
Exactly, and you stole my money, and you promised you'd be useful.
I can try again. Does anybody have another tool?
Have you seen the Q4 numbers, Oswald?
One person already broke Diana's rule. We don't need another person to break the rule.
I need to mute.
I took bodily harm, but she said no bodily harm. You caused bodily harm. That's against the rules.
Listen,
I
sir.
did not cause bodily harm. That was your head.
That's me. This is if I died,
That's
this
not
would
a
be my whole
body.
body. All right.
Does anybody have any more tools? Anybody? I got.
Can I just
I'll try.
punch the lock?
I have a
You
bobby
can. Yeah, you
pin.
can try to attack it. Sure.
Just kick it
Is
down.
this really necessary? What do you want in there,
Now
Molfin?
you're causing property damage, which
You
I
are
think
causing-
is also
oh my god,
part of the
property
rules.
damage.
This is
I'm
right.
sorry. No property damage. No
I
property
was
damage.
told not to. I cannot do that. You are correct.
Here, I'll give you another set of thieves' tools.
And,
I mean,
and Callista, to
technically,
answer your question, those two individuals were hoppers.
I figured.
Within the room, there's a hidden stairwell that leads down into some sort of sub-level here.
You think this is a Harper's base then?
I have no idea. I didn't intend to find out.
And if it is a
Well-
Harper's base, what do you intend to do then?
See what information they have and see what their plans are for me.
Aren't they?
The
Don't
loud
they?
music would make a good cover.
Don't they have an order to capture you from Crowan?
Or kill me, as well as the Lord's Alliance, yes. But
Right.
those two just walked away and didn't seem to recognize who I was. So, either they're so green, or they're just very good at hiding their intentions.
So you want to break into their base?
Apparently.
Well, how else will I know what they're doing? They wouldn't tell me.
Did you ask?
Is this really necessary right now?
Are these bad people?
Yeah.
Not exactly. Neutral party that's irritated with Malfin for various reasons, which
lots
are
of people are
understandable.
irritated with Malfin for various
Exactly.
reasons.
That's my point. That's exactly. They're understandable various reasons for being irritated at Malfin. That
Also,
doesn't make them bad people.
I don't know. This is Silver's home, and he asked us nicely to not do anything bad, and we're doing bad stuff. Why are we still doing bad stuff?
I'm sorry,
I'll
Silver.
openly say I am irritated with Molfin on several reasons as well, but I love him, so I don't try to kill him or capture him.
Really,
so.
really, I don't have a problem with him. He seems to be a pretty
Oswald,
straight up.
shush!
I'm gonna murder this man.
Listen,
He's not
Booker,
gonna
you're
laugh.
on thin ice, bud.
Oswald, you already caused property damage too. Do you see the lock? That's not a functioning lock anymore.
You see my lockpick? It's not a functioning lockpick.
Property damage.
That's my property.
It's still
Get him
damage.
fixed. Get him fixed.
Good point. Gosh.
God, you can
I
cut
love
words
that.
without being a bard.
Malfin, is this?
But I'm beginning to think it makes more sense to just leave.
I think it
Burn
does.
the tavern
too.
down.
At least we know where it is if we need it. But I don't think it's necessary right this second. You're just you're poking the bee's nest at that point,
He is,
and then expect not to get stung.
he is joking about burning the place down. I mean, this is where I stay. I mean,
Good, you can keep an eye out for us.
right? Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
he's
that's
just
that's
joking.
part of my job.
Do we have any sending stones?
I am
gave-
not giving this man a sending stone.
Yeah.
What's a sending stone?
You'll never know.
Right.
Oh,
Just watch those two individuals.
okay.
Anyone that goes in and out of that door.
Anyone?
Anyone.
Okay. That's-
Copious amounts of logs.
Okay.
Write it all down.
Descriptors. Write down who you see.
Dude, if
coming
I
and going.
can't read, I don't think he can either.
I mean, I can.
You
I
can write, right?
I mean, I can write some stuff. I mean, yeah, I got
How
it.
good's your memory?
Oh, I remember lots.
Do I believe this man?
Make an insight check.
I'm
Do I
wondering
believe
if he
anything that's
has
coming out of this
things.
man's mouth? Because Kristy doesn't.
Maybe we should start giving our hired help IQ tests. I don't.
No, I would fail.
You're not hired help though.
23.
You are the
Okay.
hirer.
Yeah.
He's very overconfident in himself and his abilities.
Uh-huh.
You get this aura of a very big ego, overconfidence,
Projecting all the time.
projecting all the time. Yes.
Hmm.
He's obviously pretty good because he was able to swipe Ashland's
Right.
stuff without anybody else.
Right.
So he's probably
He's a good thief.
he's a good thief. But if he ever really got caught, it'd be hard for him to talk his way out of it.
Yeah,
He's a
obviously.
fan of nice pockets.
Yes.
Believe
I mean, who isn't?
Alright, maybe he can't be as
Gotta
useful
love them
as I
nice
thought.
All right. I feel like this is a good starting point, Malfin. Let's not barge in. Let's get some information first. Be smart about it. Be patient about it. Can you do that?
Let's be honest, probably not, but we'll pretend I
Can you
can.
try? Yes, thank you. I appreciate the effort.
Next door to the room that the Harpers are in.
What was that?
Is there a room next door to the room the Harpers are in?
Yes.
Why don't we just stay in that room?
That is a good
We
point.
could
We
spy
don't
on
have
them.
any.
We could stay there for the week because
What
we have.
if Molfin stays in that room?
That is a
Oh,
valid point as well.
that's
That's
probably.
what I meant.
Molfin
Not
can't
the-
be within 300 feet of a populated area.
That's what I was gonna say. If you stay here, no one, not even not just the Harpers, but anyone in this area was not gonna
Pretty
get
much
decent-
anyone in this inn would not get
By a
sleep.
ward.
Yeah.
Oh.
So my other option is to flee the city.
Well, these are consequences to your actions, Molfin.
I'm corrected.
Oh,
They can deal with the
damn.
consequences. I'll see
No.
you in the morning.
Okay.
Molfin, what if
Are
there's children in the
consequences for
city? That's
you?
not fair to them.
That's true.
There's no way to know exactly who you're affecting, and that makes me concerned. What if there's children, babies, innocent people that have no idea what the Harpers or the Lord's Alliance even planned for us? That's not fair to them. I understand you're wanting, I agree, if you could signal just the Harpers out, that would be great, but you can't.
Knight's not gonna kill all of that. I mean, come on.
I mean, if you don't get enough sleep over the course of a week, some people can die.
I know. Yeah, just overnight he can stay here though.
I have to
Molfin.
agree. If somebody has a baby and the baby doesn't sleep, that's rough.
That is a different type
It's
of
rough enough
torture,
without that
honestly.
problem.
Yeah.
Look at this.
Imagine
If
if
you
it was
brought a
twins.
baby here, it's your own problem.
No, but it's 300 feet.
This is a college town. Of course people have babies. You know how
College
stupid
town.
people are in college?
That's true. That's true.
Of course
Oh,
there's
this is my
babies
college
here.
in a library. I'm just gonna turn and start walking out.
Okay.
Alright.
I spent my college. in
Listen takes a
Trojan.
breath of relief that Molfin actually listened to her this time. Oh boy, it
good
feels
one.
good whenever that happens.
He's plotting Vix's death.
Probably. Silver, you good?
Fine.
Hi.
Okay. Let's go. Let's get out of here. Let's find a place to actually stay.
Silver.
I'll keep an eye on that door.
You do that.
You got it.
Silver.
Can I just make a general perception check on this guy for objects I can locate later in case he drops this ring or whatever?
Sure. Yeah, I mean, you get. He's wearing some kind of necklace. You can't see a pendant or anything on it, but it seems like just a simple chain.
Okay.
You got kind of locked onto that. He's wearing some basic kind of, almost like it just looks like he's wearing kind of common clothing with a leather vest kind of over top of it and stuff like that. Doesn't.
Okay.
He looks like he's making an attempt to look as ordinary as possible.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Silver.
Yes, Vix.
Can I ride on your shoulders?
Of course.
My legs are tired.
I will pick him up and put
I'm
him
not
on my
dragon
shoulders.
anymore.
I am heading back to my house.
Okay.
Vix, do you want to stay with me or you want to stay with them?
I'll stay with you.
Okay.
That's nice.
So I go back to my house.
As you go through one of the door frames, you're just duck.
I duck. yeah, I duck for Vix so he doesn't get hit.
Excellent. Yeah. So you guys make your way out of the dancing goat and back out onto the streets. It's starting to get a little bit later now. You can see that the sun is starting to get to a point of sunset. What would you guys like to do? I know Silver said he's heading back to his father's house and store.
Wait,
with
wait,
Vix.
wait.
Yes.
Can we go to the bridge?
Sure. Of course.
I want to see the bridge at night.
Yeah. We'll stop by the bridge and wait until the moon comes out.
Okay, perfect. Yeah,
Molfin's
I
heading outside
would.
the city walls.
outside the city
I
walls.
would like to
okay.
follow Molfin. I would like to follow Molfin because I don't want him. I don't know why, but Diana just does not want. Diana wants Molfin to not have to be alone. It makes her sad to think that Molfin has to be alone all the time when he goes to sleep. So Diana will follow Molfin out.
Okay, Molfin, exactly where are you going? There's multiple gates in the city here. There's a southern gate that you guys, or there's 2 southern gates. There are also there's 3 on the northern side. Is there any direction in which you would be going in particular? There is a large forest on kind of like the northwestern side of the
Yeah,
city up
here.
there.
You
Yeah.
go out the number 2 gate.
There's like almost like
Or up here.
an area of hills to the east. Like you could go into the hills, the hillsides. The south is kind of more like the main trade route. When you go
Yeah.
to the south, that kind of leads you. That road to the southwest is the one that takes you to Everland. So it's a pretty heavily traveled trade route there.
But realistically, Molfin would probably be heading out the south.
South, okay. Sure. Diana,
Yeah,
are you
follows.
following him like closely, or are you trying to be sneaky about following him so that he doesn't notice you?
Diana is trying to sneak at first.
Okay. So if you want
Yes.
to try to sneak, make a stealth check. This will be against Molfin's passive perception, as he's just kind of walking out.
Stealth after both of them.
You're gonna stealth after both of them.
Yes.
Okay.
No, then I just follow at that point.
Okay.
Oh god, no, I didn't mean for it to turn into a group thing.
I'm gonna give you guys space, but I just want to keep an eye on things.
Riled.
I
Just
rolled a
nervous after seeing that
19.
fight break out in the hallway. She
Ri-
needs to.
Riled actually sits with
I-
Silver and Vix, and he's like, I kind of want to see this too, to be honest.
Heck yeah, we
I
got the
would-
dad!
I'll join you
19.
shortly. Can you guys
And
stay there
19.
until I meet you? Silver Vic's dad?
Wait, are you stealthing,
I'm not going anywhere.
I
Callista?
am stealthing.
I look
Oh,
at
wait.
I look at Silver because I know he's upset.
We can stay here until you get back.
Okay. I'll follow the group.
I rolled a 25.
I think
I
that
rolled a 19.
I have no idea where Ashlyn is.
Okay.
I rolled a 19.
does 19 beat your passive perception?
Nope.
Okay, so you
22.
you are aware that Diana is following you.
Clink, 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 clink. Clink.
As you make your way out of the city gates.
As soon as Molfin gets outside the city gates,
Mhm.
I'm going to try to cast invisibility again.
Okay. Outside the walls, your
No.
spell does work, and you vanish.
Diana yells, she's like, no, Molfin, wait, no, come back.
You hear you hear Diana yelling at you, Molfin.
Please.
A couple of moments later, Molfin will respond. Everyone needs their space, so now they have it.
Yeah, but I mean, that's first of all, I don't know where you are, and she's just kind of spinning in circles while she's talking. And it's like, listen,
And Molfin
I'm
is
just
very
saying,
purposefully, as he's
like,
saying things.
Wait, I
he doesn't
just-
know.
I'm just saying, like, we're such good friends, and I mean, I just think that it's sad that you always have to be by yourself out here, like in the middle of the woods, in the middle of nowhere. It's very upsetting to me, and I just think that you deserve to like hang out with someone. And I don't care if I wake up exhausted tomorrow, because it's like you're a person too. You need socialization.
There
You
is
need
a cart
somebody.
that is being horse drawn going past you right now on the tradeway, and the people are just staring at you right now, Diana. And one woman's like, is she talking to herself? She looks like she's
Mind
talking.
your business.
Oh, right. No, don't mind us. She's crazy.
Thank you.
She's absolutely crazy. And they keep on going by. Sure.
Molfin's going to follow beside them for a moment. Yes, you're quite right. She is absolutely insane.
Did you say that, honey? Did you say that, dear? I didn't say anything. That didn't... Who was that? And they keep on going and pull their way into the city. Ashlyn, you sneak up, yeah, like you sneak out there, and you can see that Diana is just like going in circles. Looks like speaking in all directions, and they don't notice you.
Okay. I'll like
Oh,
hide
sorry.
behind a bush or something and just kind of chill.
And I'm just like, so Molfin, like, basically what I'm saying is, yeah. Go ahead, Michael.
I was just saying, I imagine Ashlyn with this bush, like the cartoons, like, and then the bush gets up and the legs shut underneath it, just closer.
Yeah! That's perfect.
And even
That's
though
how
it
I
was
was gonna
completely
go.
ridiculous to picture, none of us notice it.
None of you notice
Yep.
it, does it?
No.
Except close.
And
Close.
he finally just goes, anyway, Molfin, like, I guess what I'm just saying is, like, I don't care if, like, I lose sleep or if we have to find, like, a really wide clearing and, like, I have to be, like, 300 feet away from you. I get sad thinking of you being alone in the middle of nowhere, and I just wanted you to have at least one person for one night, even if I'm exhausted. Yeah.
At that point, you'll feel a touch on your forearm. Molfin will drop
he grabs it.
concentration on the spell. It is appreciated. But I worry about the rest of you. If you wish to stay out here, you are welcome. But if you wish to be in comfort,
I shall stay. My friends are more important than my comfort.
so Molfin's gonna go over, start finding like branches and trees and things that he can, like dead wood and stuff to make a small, create a small arcane fire.
Okay. At this point, Callista, you said you were following as well. You would probably be getting close to seeing Molfin and Diana. And you see a bush that appears to have legs every once in a while on the perimeter.
I like
Diana's
go up. I go up to Ashlyn first because I don't know how much of that I saw. Is everything okay with them?
Don't worry.
Do you know what's wrong?
Not with him. I guess we both just missed Lachlan already.
Of course you do. That's normal.
You should take your girlfriend inside though. Keep her warm.
I have an idea. I'm gonna head over, follow them. You're welcome to come. I'm gonna go see Dad and Silver and Vix later, but I'm gonna help out for a minute first.
Okay.
Okay. Are you okay?
I will be. I worry about him more though.
I know. We all do. But you do a good job keeping him safe.
Okay.
And Ashlyn,
Mhm.
back there, proud of you. You're resourceful. Lachlan would have been proud with that.
Thanks, Callista.
I just squeeze her shoulder and head over to Molfin and my good friend.
Mhm. Diana is warming her hands by the fire.
Molfin is probably feeling a little better because he actually got one of his fire spells to work.
Yeah, it seems like you're not having trouble outside of the city walls with this.
No.
So, would you rather have feet for hands or hands for feet?
Definitely hands for feet. Imagine
That
having
do- it
four
does sound-
hands.
Actually, yeah, that does make more sense. You could find more, if Vecna had as many hands, you could then have a lot of Vecna. You could have a Vecna foot hand.
But you could also juggle easier.
You can chuckle easier, yes. I wish we had marshmallows.
That I cannot create.
Neither can I. We have rations.
Not the same.
Not the same at all, no.
How much ever is left in this bottle, though, that did I remember to pay him? I hope so. I think I did.
Screw it. Cheers.
I'll head on over. How you guys doing?
We're good.
Lamenting the lack of marshmallows.
Yes.
Do you guys
And
want some
chocolate
extra
egg
cover while you're out here?
Sure.
It is your choice. You will not rest, but
No, I can come and go, but I can do something for you. And I'm going to sit down, and as I'm holding a kitten, I put my hands on the grass, and I start to cast a spell for the next 10 minutes. And
Okay.
I cast Druid Grove.
Oh, very nice.
Ooh.
And you watch as the undergrowth starts to thicken around us, like in a circle, like giving us a wide berth into the forest, and the undergrowth grows up, and a lot of them a lot of them have like forget-me-nots and like cherry blossoms, and it's just like a very like soothing area, almost like weeping willow type
Yeah.
formations to give you guys privacy and cover. There is a gentle breeze, and it keeps things like cool. If it's too hot, it keeps things cool. If it's cold, it keeps it a little bit warmer.
Nice.
And I will also use Grove Guardians, and I animate 4 trees to stand guard while you guys sleep.
Oh, nice.
That's so cool.
That
Yeah,
is cool.
you guys witness these trees kind of just split and uproot and kind of stand there at attention on the 4 corners of this little circular formation of this little grove that's been created by Callista. And they just stand there looking outwards away from you, but you can see that they are kind of standing there at attention, like looking out and ready to defend if needed.
And I will give them the command to listen to Diana and Mulfin if they have commands for them, if they need it. And in the undergrowth, there is a spike growth hidden under the location. So if people try to pass the threshold, they will be hit with spike growth.
Wow, that's impressive.
And there is also a wind wall. I will use a wind wall against where the location from the road. So if people are coming off towards this Druid Grove, there's a wind wall, so they can't even enter. They'd have to go all the way around to get to the other side to enter.
Nice. How long?
Wow.
How
Where
long
the-
does Windwall last? Is it?
Oh my god.
This all lasts 24 hours.
Oh, it's part of the Druid Grove spell.
Yep.
Okay.
These are all I can activate whatever I want. I could activate a
Excellent.
fog, but that seems a bit excessive, so
Yeah.
I've not activated the
All
fog.
right.
Because the tree guardians were.
Yeah, the tree guardians seem good enough. I think you're good. You don't need a fog here.
Yeah.
But I
Well
will
done.
kind of stand up and look at them and say, this is something I've been learning for a very long time. This is one of the first spells that my mom taught me about. This is how she protected my dad. So hopefully it'll protect you.
I give Callista a hug and a kiss, and I'm like, thank you so much.
Of course.
It's very beautiful.
it is incredible. The amount of skill taken to do something like this. Thank you.
You're welcome. Whenever you need it, just ask. But I'm
Just
gonna
because you
go.
have to be alone doesn't mean that you are alone.
Exactly, Malfin.
And did Ashlyn not come with you, Callista? She's usually always
Uh,
right behind you.
She was behind me. I don't know if she's still stealthing, but
Set her on your
She-
shoulder.
yeah, that's her. I turned her into a cat.
Well, if you
Druid problems, am I right?
That's it. That was part of the Druid Grove spell as well.
Yeah,
just-
a little kitten appears. Oh my
cat
gosh, you
appears.
just throw the
Aw.
Druid Grove. She's fine.
While you guys are having this conversation, you know, so as you're casting this spell, the sun is rapidly setting. Back where Silver and Vix and Riled are kind of all just sitting together, probably sprawled out just somewhere, like sitting on the edge. I imagine them sitting on some kind of grassy knoll area, just like looking over the bridge, just watching. The camera behind them as they're kind of like silhouetting, you know, with the moon bridge beginning to glow. And you just, Raud's like, wow, that is just simply breathtaking. Amazing.
It's one of the main draws to the city.
It's,
Sat out here a lot of nights. It's quite a sight.
it only happens at night.
Typically when the moon is out.
It was so
The more full the moon is, the more spectacular the bridge is.
Well, he kind of looks up at the moon, and it's not a full moon. I don't know what the name of it is, but it's over a half moon kind of deal. Is that a gibbous or is it? I can't.
No, I have no clue.
I have no clue either. I don't
There's
know.
a waning and a
Is it waxing?
waxing? Waxing givius.
No, it might. Is it waning?
Imagine like a 75% moon.
I think it's waning.
Is that
I don't know.
waning?
I think it's waning.
I don't know. I'm not
No,
skilled.
Yes,
because waning
it's-
means to recede.
Waning gibbous,
Yes.
I think.
Yeah, I
Is that
think.
what
Yeah.
it is? Okay. We'll go with that. I'm sorry, internet, if we're wrong. I apologize.
It was a guess.
We
That
guess.
was like
I'm
middle
an
school.
astrologer.
Is it a
Yeah.
crescent?
Know this.
It's not a.
Is it
it's
a
not
crescent?
a crescent. It's bigger than It's like bigger than half.
Okay,
Is
then
it
it's
a
waning
crescent?
gibbous.
So it is glowing pretty well, but it's not like you've seen it on a full moon before,
Mhm.
and it is just brilliance during a full moon. But it seems to be causing Raud to. He's just really enjoying it. And all of a sudden, like you hear the crumple of like a bag, and he's like, "Would you like one?" And he holds out like this bag towards you, and he's got like this. It's like these miniature, almost like potato chip but rice cake type things, and he's just like munching on them.
Sure. I don't ever turn down food. I'll try it.
And then all of a sudden, the bag just appears in front of Vix. Would you like?
I'll take one, but like without words, I'm walking towards the bottom of the bridge to like be under it.
Where is he going?
I don't know. Vix, where are you going?
I want to go. I want to go look under.
We can still see him. Just let him go. It'll be okay, I think. He knows what he's doing, right?
I think.
I mean, he used to be a dragon.
Correct. He's back in his normal form now, though. Yeah.
You seem to be very protective of him.
He was my first and my only friend, so of course I am.
That is not true. I am also your friend.
Well, I appreciate that. I have 2 friends now,
Aw.
so I will protect you also.
And I will protect you as well. Now, I know... Listen. I know he's a little rough around the edges. But Molfen has been through a lot. I think... Listen, I think... You may have not have had the chance to meet him, but I've been told that there was this individual, Moby, and I've gotten to learn a lot about this Lachlan, traveling with him. He was a close friend of mine too, and I think Molfen considered them more like his own children. And to see them both go in the way that they have, I mean, I know from my standpoint that would be really hard. I mean, I had to look upon my own daughter for quite a long time before I could even reveal myself to her. It was very difficult. I think maybe part of his struggle right now is just finding a way to deal with that.
As long as he apologizes, I won't have an issue with him.
I still think I'm waiting on him to apologize to me for something, but I don't know what. I'm sure there's at least 5 things, perhaps. I don't know. It just seems like wherever we go, this stuff happens, and it just follows us around. I think. Yeah.
I'm getting to understand that. Yes.
Yes. It does happen a lot. But I think about it, and I'm like, what else would I be doing right now if I had not stumbled upon them? I still might have 8 legs, Silver.
I mean, in certain situations, that could be useful.
That is true. But along with those 8 legs came a more feral mindset. I just wasn't myself. These people make me myself. They make me better. It's hard to explain, but I'm myself again. And I know they're a little rough around the edges sometimes, and they can get on your nerves. Trust me. They can get on your nerves. And I am sure I get on my daughter's nerves a lot. She might not even agree with half the stuff I'm telling you right now. That's how bad I get on her nerves sometimes, but I'm her father. That's what I'm supposed to do. That's my job. But you do a good job of protecting that little one, and I'll protect you as well. Because you have a lot more friends than you give yourself credit for.
Yeah, that's just something new.
We'll get used to it, my silver friend. And he taps you on the shoulder a couple times.
I will put my long arm around him and just pull him in, squeeze,
Yeah,
not meaning to actually squeeze too hard.
Well, you're awfully strong too.
Yeah.
He drops half of his rice cakes on the ground. Oh, they weren't that good anyway.
I'll eat them. I pick them up and I eat them.
Excellent. Meanwhile, you can see Vix trying to do whatever. What were you trying to do, Vix?
So I'm gonna wander up to because I'm assuming it's the bridge, and then I'm envisioning. Tell me if I'm wrong, but I'm envisioning we're on the grass, and then there's a little rock wall up to the main street, and that's where the top of the bridge is.
Sure. Yeah.
That's what I'm imagining. So I'm gonna try to see if maybe there's a spot of grass under the bridge.
Okay.
Right by the water, perhaps.
Sure, I wouldn't see why not.
And
We're telling the story together. Why not?
Sure. All right. Yeah.
This is a yes and kind of story, buddy. Let's go for it.
All right, you got it. I'm gonna sit down, and I'm gonna try to see if there's enough light coming off the bridge to do shadow puppets on the ground directly in front of me.
Okay. Yeah.
If that works, I'll do that for a little while. I'd probably have a little cry to myself. Once I got bored of shadow puppets, I'd probably just play the pan flute under the bridge.
You do seem to draw a little bit of a people can still see through the moon bridge as they're walking, so they'll you do get some people that stop and kind of watch. A couple people throw coin down towards you.
I'll ignore it for
Okay.
now. I mean, I know there's a lot of people around, but
Yeah.
Vix is just trying to have a little moment to let his emotions out and recoup his energy.
Sure. And you also notice that the moon bridge seems to be very popular in evenings. It looks
Yeah.
it looks like you got some gentleman trying to woo a few women on the bridge, taking them over to the bridge to kind of look over the water and stuff, like a date night kind of deal.
Yeah.
Here at the moon bridge. But yeah, a couple coins kind of fall down to you.
Once I'm done and I'm paying attention again, I will definitely pick up all the coins that
you get about
that were thrown.
You get about 8 gold and about 15 silver.
Nice.
Just from doing your little performances and people just stopping on the street and tossing some coinage at you. As you're picking up the coin, we'll pan back out to the outside of the Druid Grove. I think Callista, were you still there, or you?
I would have
Moving
given Mulfin a squeeze on the shoulder, Diana a kiss on the cheek, and tell him I'm gonna go check on Dad again, just because Lulf
Oh.
is trying my patience lately, and I don't want to leave him alone.
Okay.
I also would have told Callista that if she sees Ashlyn to it is an open invitation if she wants to sacrifice her sleep. And
Yeah, I told her
just-
she could come in, but she's also, I think, grieving Lachlan right now, so I don't know if she wants space. But yeah, if I see her, I'll let her know.
Love her. Just tell her that I love her and that I'll talk to her soon and that we'll have a slumber party too.
Okay.
I sent you
let
a
her know.
message in chat, Michael. In
Oh,
roll
okay.
20. It's just a
Okay.
silly thing, but that's what Ashlyn would be doing.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, so all of a sudden, like, Silver is standing there with Riled, and you guys are just kind of enjoying shadow puppets, and all of a sudden you guys recognize Ashlyn has, like, a bag of stuff, like, in her hands, and she's running back across the moon bridge. Like, she's just ignoring you guys and just running back over the moon bridge off to the other side of the south end of the city. She's awfully in the hurry.
I'll wave as she runs by.
She just keeps going.
No,
All right. Yeah, and eventually you see Callista coming back up towards the city. Ashlyn, as you're running. She's just waving. She's carrying something.
Diana says you're welcome to join them if you want later.
I'm joining now!
Okay.
And then, now there is a wind wall.
I will, I guess, magic? I don't know how to use it, so I would just, probably face plant into the wind wall.
Okay.
I'm running really fast, and then all of a sudden,
You faceplant in the wind wall, and marshmallows go flying everywhere.
yeah.
Oh my god.
And
my
fall
heart.
around you, and some of them get caught in the wind wall and start going.
Oh!
Oh no! Oh no! Marshmallow tornado!
That's it.
Well, those were supposed to be for you.
Oh my god, Ashlyn, I love you.
I'm sorry. I didn't see
It's
this
okay.
magic thing that came out of nowhere, apparently, that Callista made? Question
Yeah.
mark?
It would have to be her.
Yeah.
It's green.
Yeah.
Now, does wind wall prevent anyone from passing through it? Is that the way it works? Like, no one can get through, or?
I think it's a save. Let me double check.
Okay.
A strength save.
I believe it's.
But though
a
Molfin's going to start helping pick up the ones all over the floor.
Well, when you're picking them up,
Yeah.
all of a sudden you see this massive branch-like hand come down,
Yeah, it's a strength saving throw.
and it
Oh.
I'll say
picks a
gets
few
it.
of the marshmallows up and hands them over the wind wall towards Ashlyn.
It's a spell, right? Or magical effect, right?
Yes, it is.
Yes.
So I got an advantage, so that's
You
good. Because I
do.
rolled a nat 1, but a nat 19, so that's 25.
Yeah,
for
so
strength.
Ooh,
yeah,
my DC 20.
Okay.
Nice. So you actually get up and you can force yourself kind of through this wind wall. Some of the you
You
grab
could've also went
you get a
around,
hold.
but
Now
sure.
you can understand all languages, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
As the tree, there's a tree that holds out its hand and has 5 marshmallows in its limb-like palm, and it hands it out to you and says, "You drop these."
Oh my
You! I can't do that with my voice!
Molfin, to you, it just sounds like a bunch of creaking branches as it speaks. Very strange. And then it just stands at attention and just kind of looks out. And as you're forcing yourself through, a couple of the marshmallows do get caught in the wind wall and go and zap through there, but you force yourself all the way through.
As long as there are 2 left in the bag.
That's it. And you make your way through.
Alright, so I'll hand one to Mormon and one to Diana. And just plop myself on the ground. That was exhausting. Here. A
I can
long day.
imagine. Yeah, I can imagine. Well, I find a stick and I poke it with my marshmallow and I start toasting my marshmallow.
Okay.
Don't do that. The trees are alive.
I look
Pull the stick
I
off.
look at the tree. I'm like,
The branch. You look at the branch. The branch is definitely dead. As you're holding on. to
okay.
Often will do the same
I
thing.
it. Okay.
slowly,
You can
carefully.
speak with dead plants.
The magic that I have. Oh my god.
And
I'm like,
as
is this your baby?
and as you guys are all sitting around, I imagine you guys have like these little logs set up, and you guys are all kind of sitting around with these sticks. Ashlyn might not have a stick now that the tree talked to her. I don't know if she's
No.
gonna do that now. So Diana and Molfin kind of holding these marshmallows over the fire. The camera swords pan out and steer itself up to where you can get like an overhead view of the city. You can still see a little glimmer of that flame in the corner off outside of the wall, and then you can see that glistening moon bridge in the distance. And that's where we're going to end tonight's episode of Kindred Lists.
Yeah.
Beautiful.